One time, left, right, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. Knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. Time left, right, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time left, right, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time left, right, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. time, left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
Hello and welcome to this Carnival Sunday in the city of Sao Paulo in Brazil. We're here for more action from the Brazilian Free Fire League. My name's Johnny Cougar. Alongside me is Carol Bombshell. This afternoon, teams from Group A and Group C will be battling it out for honours in this Free Fire League. FURIA remain the top dogs, but today they'll be watching from the sidelines. That means a great chance for Esports, Loud, Fluxo and God to close the gap on the leaders. Carol Bombshell, Saturday became like a Free Fire Sunday. We had 6 maps and 6 different booyahs. Are we in a repeat of the show, or will today be like a Valentine's Day massacre involving 2 teams or more?
That's right, John. Welcome everyone to our Free Fire Brazilian League Sunday. And we know Sunday are very weird, but yesterday was weirdo, even weird than the other Saturday. So it is kind of different for us. We don't know what expected today, especially because it's Valentine's Day and you got this feeling, this love feeling, not for the single ones.
Valentine's Day, we have to say, not here in Brazil. It's Carnival weekend here in Brazil, but it's not Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day here in Brazil, June the 12th, which is bizarre. But we could be in for some massacres out there on the 6 maps.
Yeah. What is most bizarre is that yesterday we got 6 different booyahs from 6 different teams. So the question is, today we are going to have a double booyah. We don't know. What we know is that Group A played yesterday and they are going to play again this Sunday. So they played both days. And what is different for Group A is that they have the opportunity to, to score more points and to go a little bit higher in the table. So maybe we're going to see Suicide more aggressive today. We don't know the tactics they're going to use today, especially because they are just a couple points behind of FURIA team that open a big gap ahead in the top in the table.
More than a couple of points. Esports, who were a little off form, it has to be said, on Saturday, as FURIA laid down the law big time. Did pretty well throughout most of the maps. But as we said, 6 different winners on 6 different maps. That's normally reserved for Sundays, and today is Sunday, Carnival Sunday. It's blazing hot outside in the city of Sao Paulo. We're live from Brazil, Miss Brazilian Free Fire League, and we really do not know what's in store for us at all.
Especially because yesterday we start with the Abuya from Flamengo, and Flamengo in the whole rounds only point more 4 points. So it was weird because in the very first Booyah they got 20 points and then the rest of the rounds they only score 4 points. So this is very weird. I don't know if they are cursed, or I don't know if their mission is just start with one single Booyah, the opening Booyah from Flamengo. But we also got a Booyah from the Black Dragons, which was their first Booyah in the season, and it was in Bermuda map, I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyways,
Purgatory map for Black Dragons.
Purgatory map, thanks, John. So so very weird things happened yesterday, but we are very excited to watch today's match because we got a special team from Group C, which is God, and they are fast and furious for sure. The last rounds they surprise us, so we can wait great things from God team today.
And God is not resting on Sunday. God is playing Free Fire, the Brazilian League. The curse of the Booyahs, Carol, it is becoming a pattern. Flamengo, Booyah, out amongst the first 2.
Yeah.
Black Dragons, Booyah, out amongst the first 2. FURIA did the same thing. Corinthians, obviously they did not get a Booyah, but it's been that kind of pattern. You get a Booyah and you go out amongst the first 2 teams. This is our schedule here this afternoon, Groups A and Groups C.
Yep, in Group A, as usual, we got Esports, Cruzeiro, INTZ, B4, Loud, and Fluxo team. And Group C playing today, Team Liquid, Red Canids, Santos, Pain Game, God, and Meta Game. Remember that Pain Game right now is in the relegation zone, so they should step it up their game. They should do something about that and, you know, get more points. And here it is, John, our famous table. In the very first place, we got FURIA teams, the only team so far with 300 points, more than 300 actually. But today, Esports got the chance, you know, to do something about that. And I'm pretty much got the feeling they are going to manage to pass over. But we got Loud, they are in the run, you know, to do something about that. And also Fluxo team that got the last booyah from yesterday, and they are finally in the top 5. So we can read great things from these teams. We got also Red Kalunga that keeping surprising us with unexpected booyahs. So maybe we're going to get a booyah from Red Kalunga. We don't know, but we shall see that very shortly.
Not a great Saturday for SSE Sports, has to be said. And just to recap that booyah curse, the curse of the booyahs. Flamengo did it. It happened to Black Dragons, and it happened to Loud. So 3 of the teams who got booyahs on Saturday then went out in the next round, first or second.
And what most funny about that is that they got the booyah, and in the next round they went to the lobby like in the very first place. So
Just said that,
this is very
Carol.
weird.
You need to listen a bit more. Just said that.
I'm just trying to point it out because this is very weird. So, and here it is, the numbers from Santos in FFBL Season 4, and Santos from Group B. It's been one of the most teams that have points in this competition, and so far they got 250 points. And 47 points for kills, and 3 booyahs, 2 in Kalahari and 1 in Bermuda.
And Carol, we know exactly what Santos will do. We know the way they roll.
Oh yeah, of course. They are very cautious, especially in Kalahari, John. We all know, we have watched many times they play in Kalahari, and they are very cautious. They try to get the highest over top views. So it is very important to watch Santos game today, because these guys are no joke, and they are here for some action. And I'm getting a great feeling that Santos is probably going, you know, to the top today, because they are not a lot of different points behind of the top 3.
No booyahs for Santos though since round 4, when they got a couple of booyahs in round 4. Looking at my detailed notes here, and in earlier rounds as well they got a booyah, but it's been a while for Santos since they have taken the coveted booyah. Will this be their afternoon here, as groups from, or teams from groups A and C lock horns in this Brazilian Free Fire League?
And right here we can see the division of kill points for Santos, and we can see there is a lot of their players that got different kill points, but also all of them got, you know, a great score about that. So the first one is Fon with 32 points, followed by Juan with 31 points, Lobato, Gus, Z, and Rush. And all these guys have given us quite a show. So yeah, we can rate great things from Santos, because this team are no joke.
Rush or Hush, as he's probably called here in Brazil. Action coming up very shortly. We're waiting for our clearance light to head off to the first maps. Just in case you're joining us for the first time, we've got the 3 maps, and we will rotate those 3 maps. 6 games in total here this afternoon in the Brazilian Free Fire League. The action's coming up shortly with us.
Yeah, and we're probably going to start in Purgatory map, as you all know. And we have here the standings, and we will see very shortly which team from Group C have the best performance in Purgatory map. But we can we can expect great things from Red Kalunga, because one of the first booyahs from Red Kalungas was in Purgatory map. So let's see if they have the same the same luck to get a booyah this time on Purgatory.
First video coming up.
Salve tropa, aqui é o VN10, jogador da T1. Vim falar sobre um pouco do nosso desempenho nessa última rodada da LBFF.
Os gigantes da Série B acordaram. Olha a equipe da T1.
Tivemos uma grande melhora, conseguimos mostrar o nosso jogo Rolamos no top 12 e vamos vir focados para se classificar para essa final.
Pela lateral, olha só como segue o VN10. Tá de double WM. Continua pressionando demais o Twitch, tá no chão.
Eu acho que o suporte tá pegando tanto aqui hoje em dia por causa da base. Tem muita vantagem em derrubar o inimigo através do giro.
VN10 com o pixel cravado na sua barra. A gente colocou o primeiro gelinho, já derrubou.
E pode acreditar que eu vou ajudar a minha equipe com muitos abates. Consequentemente, vou em busca do MVP geral. É nóis, tropa.
A slight insect problem in the studio. We think we sorted out with some alco gel, or alco spray rather. Waiting for our first map here in this Brazilian Free Fire Sunday. Approaching the halfway mark in this table. Still a long way to go, and still teams are fighting up the top and fighting at the bottom. Of course, you mentioned Red Kalunga. Red Kalunga, one of the strugglers so far, but amongst the boogers as well. So they're looking for points at the wrong end of the table.
Yes, that's for sure, John. But actually, we just watched a video about Metagame, and one of the players of Metagames right now, we can see him in the MVP list. So this is very important for them because the newcomers of Serie A, they are here. Metagame and Team 1, we saw the performance of Team 1 yesterday, and we could see them a lot of times in the top 5, in the top 3. But also, Metagame is playing today, and they told us they set new goals. They are trying to change their game because they are getting used to the way the teams from Serie A play, and actually got a big difference between Serie A, Serie B, and Serie C, or like John like to call the second division of Free Fire Brazilian League.
Well, that's me. The second division, Serie B.
And that's right. So we can wait. We should actually keep an eye on metagaming today because these guys, they are coming hungry to the game and they are here to do some action, and probably we're gonna see more of them. And I hope we can see more of them to get a booyah finally, because there's no booyah for Metagame or Team 1. We know it is hard. We just talk about the difference between the game styles between Serie A and Serie B. But I think it's finally the time for these guys to get the booyah.
This is the natural born killer league so far, and some of these guys, and it is all guys, of course, in this Brazilian Free Fire League. Knocking
Sadly,
up
no
the
girls.
body, but no girls. Plenty of goals, but no girls. Memgog, the league leader so far. The FURIA, though, not in action here this afternoon, watching from the stands, or possibly enjoying Carnival Sunday in Brazil.
Yep. No FURIA today, but these guys definitely gave us quite a show yesterday, and they did their job. So that's it. If you just have one day to play, because we know this weekend Group A it's played yesterday and it's played today, and Group B only got one chance to play yesterday, and that's exactly what FURIA did. You know, they did their job and they enjoyed that very much, because right now they are the top 1. And here it is, the maps we're going to have today for our first match, Purgatory, followed by Kalahari, Bermuda, and then we're starting over.
Well, so much for the randomness. We started the competition. Obviously, a quick rule change, as you can see, but round 8 of 18.
Yep. You know, John, I liked before when that was not predicted, so I like to guess. Because, you know, I'm very good guessing things.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw how brilliant you were at predicting who's going to get a booyah and which map is coming up next. Didn't quite work out for Carol Bombshell, but she is a former professional Free Fire player, and we said it before, she's going to be giving you tips and insights as to what's going on.
That's
in
why
these
I'm
maps.
former professional player. I don't play anymore. Maybe you already guessed why. Still, our game is coming up very shortly in Purgatory map, and this is also one of the second most loved one by their players, and we got their favorite drop calls, you know, and we can definitely wait for some action. I hope so, because yesterday it took like about 8 or 10 minutes to
Felt like 10, but it
Yeah.
was around 8.
to the action actually start to get the first kill. So we hope today things get more, intense very quickly.
And we said it before that this new rule change to the numbers of points per kill, obviously intended to get the teams into more aggressive mode. It's not quite worked out that way. It looked like it was going to in the first round or so, where the teams were feeling each other out and testing different stuff. But Carol, it's gone backwards, hasn't it? Really, it's
Yeah.
gone over cautious, and then what happens is we have a big melee in the end, and it's just anybody's game. And teams like Flamengo, great for them because they can get the fortune on their side and they can come away with the booyahs. But for the teams who are a little bit more strategic, it's not working out for them, as SS Esports found out.
Yes, definitely, John. And it's like you said, first of all, they were just, feeling each other. They were trying to figure out in which territory they were stepping in. But right now, it feels like backwards because we can't see much of them, trying to get kills. Especially SS, they got 3 booyahs in a row in the first week, and we could see a lot of these guys. But right now, I mean, there's not much to talk because there's not much to see. That's why we are hoping we can see more of their game today. Especially because Sundays are weird, but yesterday was a weird day. So maybe Sunday it's going to be a different day.
Well, basically every day in Brazilian Free Fire League is weird, as we're beginning to find out. But SS Esports, the team perhaps who in the best chance of closing the gap on FURIA, but it's a big gap, 30 points. They've got 6 games to do it. They have to be favourites to close that gap. But some of the performances from SS Esports left a little bit to be desired, but they should be the team to add the biggest pressure on the current top dogs.
Definitely, John. But we always get very excited to see the table in the ends of the matches. But what haven't surprised us is that we are not very good with math. I mean, I'm talking about myself because I'm not very good with math. So I'm always excited to see what have changed in the table. And I can't picture anything that have changed. I couldn't picture that last weekend God would finish the rounds in the second place. So maybe today God will be in the second place again, or they will take the top from FURIA. But we shall see that very shortly, and I'm very excited for the rounds today because anything can happen, definitely.
We hope very shortly. I've got a feeling we've got a slight technical problem. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Ready for takeoff because we're just slightly behind schedule on our Brazilian Free Fire Sunday, but cleared for takeoff, which is always a good
Captain
sign.
just said, clear to take off. So get your popcorn, maybe some, it's a lunchtime, John, so they should get some feijoada.
Lunchtime for us, it's exactly 19 minutes past 1 on a very hot and sunny afternoon in the mega city of São Paulo in Brazil. Carnival Sunday, Carnival, we're hoping for some Carnival action from these maps here this afternoon. We did not get a very Carnival atmosphere in our first game on Saturday, over 8 minutes before we saw some bloodshed, which really disappointed Carol Bombshell because she loves a bit of blood.
Yep, that's right, that's me. I love to see some slaughtering going on. But right here, right now, looking at the table, I got the feeling that Red Kalunga have to work a lot to once more get away of the relegation zone. So we shall see if they can reach metagaming or maybe Team Liquid. And also, last weekend, Team Liquid showed us what they are here for, so we can make great things from them.
Carol, anybody watching for the first time, which would be impossible, of course, because we know how popular Free Fire is around the world, we saw a big blue circle right at the top of the map. What was that?
Is that the blue zone? So the blue zone showed us that they got, in this area specifically, we got the best loot, the best equipment. Most of them are 3. We got, divisions from helmet and armors. Level 1, level 2, and level 3. And of course, you probably predict that level 3 is the best one they can get. But also, there is the level 4 as well. Anyway, in the blue zone, you can get the best type of guns and the best armor and helmet and equipment and loot as you pleased.
However, you're likely to run into a few of the opponents as well, so it's a risky business.
Because it is the best place in the map, it is a dangerous place as well. But anyways, the players already got their favorite calls, so as you can see here, Fluxo team in the very same call, but also Pen Game and Cruzeiro. So we always see these teams, you know, fighting over this drop in Purgatory.
Cruzeiro looking at the top as we switch to metagaming, and Santos will always have one player at least taking a high position, but however, from that Santos mark, that's not exactly high and the kind of metal towers, but they've always got somebody trying to get a bit of height over their opponents, and so this is not a typical Santos drop at the moment, and this is always dodgy because you're crossing open areas with the bridge.
Yes, definitely, John. And in this map specifically, we got the best performances from God team, but also Santos. Santos got the best performances, so but they got us a little bit confused about their call right now, their drop right now, but they got the best performance, so let's watch them. But also Team Liquid that is playing today, and in the 4th place Esports. So this is going to be very interesting to watch if one of these teams are going to dominate Purgatory map in this first match of Sunday.
Saw Cruiser, this is Pain Gaming. 3 minutes on the clock, and fairly quiet, it has to be said, in Purgatory.
Yep, 3 minutes so far, almost 4, and still no action. Okay, we can wait a little bit longer, but not too longer, guys. So not too long, guys. So
record just over 8 minutes yesterday on Saturday, in fact. Silence again in Purgatory as we focus on Cruzeiro. The Foxes, one of the sides representing a football team in Brazil.
And yesterday wasn't a very good day for Cruzeiro. They didn't get any booyahs, and most of the time they were, you know, losing players in the early stages of the game, so they couldn't get very good positions. They finished yesterday in I think in the 8th or 7th place. So let's see if today they change their game, because even though they played yesterday, they always can, you know, try a plan B. But Red Kalunga is having a hard time already, John.
Could be running into trouble from lots of different places. Then we've got 5 minutes on the clock on our first firefighters. Red Kalunga have teams ahead of them and behind them. We saw SS Esports as well, kind of loitering in the background. But Red Kalunga tried to hold off here, and I think we've got our first kill with first blood. Early doors with 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. Fluxo. Red Kalunga, we thought they'd ran into trouble, and they had.
Remember that their first booyah was in the exactly same place they are right now in Purgatory map, so maybe that will bring this guy some luck again.
And Red Kalunga then down to 3 players. Fluxo one side, SS Esports and AN other lurking on the top of the hill as well. INTZ loud, but the action slowed down just a little bit as Loud are on the move with INTZ perhaps in their sights, or perhaps not.
We haven't seen Will, the player from Loud, many times with the Vector gun, and it seems like he's on the front. He's the rusher of the team, so let's see. And Phoenix is back again on this team. We haven't seen him in a couple of the last rounds, so let's see if we can see great things from Phoenix right now, because I have heard he's one of the best snipers in Free Fire Brazilian League.
Got before, and SS Esports as we switch back to INTZ and Loud, and nobody really wants to push because there's such a lot of open ground, but Red Kalunga under the cosh, down to 3 players already as Fluxo move in with some force, sensing blood here. First game of the afternoon. 5 minutes on the clock before we got our first kill, which is an improvement from Saturday afternoon.
Definitely. And Fluxo team took down one of the players from Red Kalunga, and now they decided to do an approach because they got advantage numbers over Red Kalunga. So let's see if they can, you know, take down the whole team.
Fluxo thinking about a flanking movement. You can see 3 of the Fluxo players. Can't see where number 4 is. Maybe it's stayed up there in a sniper's role. And Red Kalunga not keen to come out, but they do. They make a rush job here, trying to fight back. Response from them, but still 1 player down. That player down is Kalunga. That has changed though. Red Kalunga go out to the lobby. They came out fighting, but unfortunately, they've gone back to the lobby very, very early on. And Fluxo then killed leaders with 4 on the board, taking out the entire Red Kalunga team. Not great for them.
No, definitely not, John, because right now they are in the 7th position in the table, which is the relegation zone, so they should definitely do something about that. Otherwise, they won't be able to play Serie A next season.
Now, Fluxo with 4 players, but Red Kalunga certainly took a bit of a chunk out of the Fluxo side. And Fluxo maybe short of ammunition, although would have picked up stuff from those Red Kalunga players as well. Getting loot, getting position. God is
out of the safe zone, always in the boards.
Likewise, metagaming as well on the bottom right hand corner. And we're expecting good things, or great things, rather, from God, but they've been quiet. Metagaming as well, also not wanting to get involved. SS Esports just right next to Field, or Fields.
They are by B4 team, and yesterday B4 team, they appeared a little bit more. We could see them in the top 5, top 3s, so that's very good for them. It's still not a lot of difference in the table, but that's how you become, you know, a little bit better in the game. Good thing for God is that even though they are very far from the other teams, they can rotate and get a good place inside of the safe zone. But if I'm not wrong, I think this is going to take a little bit longer for us to see another battle.
Becoming a familiar pattern. So we stay with Fluxo, who just wiped out Red Kalunga. Santos might be waiting here for Fluxo. God kill, nothing on the board for him so far. And Santos and Fluxo now will go head to head. Santos rushing forward, Fluxo coming up from the low ground. So again, Santos trying to use the height advantage when they can. And Santos knowing that Fluxo's been in a firefight and may be slightly weakened by that as Santos take 1 down from Fluxo already. And Santos going for it here big time, knowing that Fluxo may be weakened by taking out Red Kalunga. And Fluxo, they're responding. 6 kills on the board, not going to plan for Santos. 7 kills now for Fluxo.
Wow.
Santos miscalculating big time against Fluxo and maybe doing a bit of a runner as well.
Yes, definitely, John. And 6 kill points for Fluxo team is good for them, definitely. Right now, they just have to get a better position, stay safe, and get the booyah.
They've taken all the Red Kalunga plus 3 of the Santos players.
We haven't seen them that aggressive, but yesterday maybe they got a little bit more of confidence with the booyah.
Gone getting involved against Team Liquid. Both sides a little bit exposed here, so it could be anybody's game. Action now starting to come in this Purgatory map, round 8 from the Brazilian Free Fire League.
Ooh.
God, taking a bit of pain. God down to 3 players. Team Liquid now looking aggressive, and God should be resting, of course, but isn't on this Carnival Sunday. God might be paying the price for breaking his own rules.
Right.
Nice headshot.
And just 2 players alive from Santos. I mean, only 1 right now because the other one is down. Ooh.
And God
Not
getting
for
it
too
in the
long.
neck here. God have gone.
Yeah, they have gone this early to the lob with 0 points. Probably with 1 point per kill, but still very bad, John.
Oh God, we saw them kind of, you know, well out of the safe zone, then were forced into it. I think they miscalculated big time on that occasion. And that is disappointing that God did not do their work and have gone out to the lobby. So Red Kalunga, God have gone.
The first 2 teams of today, Sunday matches, that's very bad for them. But also very good for Team Liquid because last weekend we could see a lot more of them. They are on the top 10 right now and they are coming very aggressive. We got the best 2 players of Team Liquid so far, Pale and MVR, and these two are doing crazy things.
It's a double whammy then for Red Kalunga and God. Not only are they working on Carnival Sunday, they've gone out and they have to sit there and watch. And Santos, no surprises there, Santos have gone as well, down to 1 player. They miscalculated against Fluxo and SS Esports in a bit of a firefight that perhaps they didn't want here. Before one side, they had another team the other side as well, so SS in a bit of a fix here, because B4 are looking aggressive. There was another team lurking, but it's these 2 sides now going head to head, and B4, SS Esports, one of these 2 sides is going to be heading back to the lobby very quickly, and B4 looking stronger here. SS Esports, they have gone. They have gone very, very early on.
Not a good start for SS Sports.
Didn't quite go to plan for them. Didn't go to plan for Santos as well. Nice headshot. And it's going to be one of those surprise Sundays. Just got that feeling about it already. Team Liquid crash out.
Cruzeiro sent them to lob, right? It was a fight between Team Liquid and Cruzeiro.
So much going on right now. Hard to keep track. This is Payne down to 3. Engaging before, who just took out SS Esports. And up to 5 kills for before as we go to the cars. Very briefly, there's Loud and Cruzeiro 4 against 3. Loud moving in for the kill against Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro didn't have a happy time, and Payne Gaming, they've gone. Body count here mounting up. The teams have fallen by the wayside very quickly. Fluxo looking strong, but down to 3.
There's so much going on, it's hard to keep a track, John.
It is. This is what happens when you wait for so long, for 5 minutes or 8 minutes, and then they all get crowded in.
Yes.
So it could throw up a surprise winner, but Fluxo looking good, even though we're down to 3.
We haven't seen a lot of metagaming, but they are coming with the full squad to take the position of Fluxo team.
Meta we saw well out of things early on. Likewise, God ran into trouble. Meta have stayed out of trouble so far. They've got the high ground. Cruzeiro have gone. Down to 5 sides and 17 players. Grenades and other kind of objects being thrown around by Meta. Fluxo sandwich. Loud coming from the bottom.
And Loud, if I must say, they are fast and furious today. They are taking down every single one in front of them.
And Fluxo trying to rain down some firepower on Loud White, trying to hold off Meta. I've got a feeling that Fluxo need to focus on Meta here. Meta with nothing on the board so far, but going for the kill now. It's going to change. That is going to change very, very quickly as they storm forward. Nicholas looking aggressive. And 3 quick kills and Fluxo have gone. No surprise that now can Meta deal with Loud, who were in a tricky position. But Loud now decide to rush forward. We're down to full size, 12 players. Loud, 8 kills, down to 3 though. Looking aggressive, 4 teams in it.
What's going on? It is before Loud team meta game, all of them playing against each other at the same time.
INTZ have been quiet. They've got 4 players. Loud down to 3, and Loud now running into trouble. They're down to 2 players. It's all about timing as well as tactics, and a lot of luck before have gone down to 3. 10 players though. INTZ intact, Meta intact. Loud might be in for some hammer, taking shots from different angles. So I reckon Meta will go to the last 2. Loud perhaps won't. But INTZ, nothing on the board. Even if they get a booyah, it's not going to be a great day for them. Loud have gone. No surprises there, and it's down 4 against 4. Meta against INTZ. INTZ now with 2 kills on the board. And Meta Gaming have gone. A booyah! First of the afternoon. INTZ have taken the booyah. Not a lot of kills. Was it 2, 3? May have gone up to 6 right at the very end, or 4 perhaps, but they've got the booyah. It won't be a massive amount of points, but psychologically they've got the boo in the bag. However, Carol, as we know, getting the booyah is not always a great thing, because the curse of the booyah may come back to haunt INTZ.
Definitely, John. And they got the booyah with 3 kill points, which isn't very big for them, especially because we already know, even though if you don't get the booyah but you get points by killing, you get the big chances, you know, to be in the first place. So I got this feeling that even though INTZ got the first booyah with 3 kills in the baggage, they won't be in the very first place. So Fluxo team, we saw that they got about 11 kills. Loud, we saw they got about 9 kills so far. So probably one of these teams are going to be thrown off INTZ for sure. But we shall figure out that very shortly. But anyways, great start for INTZ. They got a booyah yesterday in the 30 match from yesterday's games, and right now the first booyah of today. But they should have watched out, because the booyahs are cursed here in Free Fire Brazilian League.
They certainly are. Carol, is there a kind of bonus amongst the teams for getting a booyah? You play professionally, did that ever happen? So your bosses, your coaches, you said, right, get a booyah, you get a kind of, I don't know, get some acai or some kind of special drink or a special meal or even a cash incentive.
Yes, for sure. Sometimes they have this kind of bettings between these guys. And yeah, but the most bonus is, to be happy, to come back home happy with the victory.
If you say so. I'm more kind of a material guy myself. I like a bit of a bonus here and there.
You can get some acai. But like I said, John, the very first place goes to Loud team. Even with no booyah, they got the most points of this match because of their Q points, followed by INTZ with 15 points. And in the third place, before. Very good start for before as well. No booyahs for them today, but it's still the very first game. And Fluxo team that we already imagined that it's going to be in the top 5 of today's game. And also Meta Game, excellent start for them. The team that came all the way from the 2nd division is doing an excellent job here today. And the MVP for this match is Will from Loud team.
Allowed then 70 points. INTZ 15, not bad, but not great, is it? If you get a booyah,
definitely.
Not a massive amount of points.
Yeah, we already saw from different teams here in this competition that if you get points for killing, you get more points in the final points in the table. But it's still good start for INTZ that will give us definitely more confidence for the game, that will help them give them, a better start today. And as we can see here, God and Red Kalunga in the bottom of today's first match. God with only 1 point, and I'm pretty sure is that because of Q, and Red Kalunga 0 points. Very sad for them. And also, we said that in the very beginning that we should keep an eye on SS and Santos.
I think it was you. You said that.
And, well, very bad.
kind of Santos had the day off. SS Esports, so we saw them on Saturday. They struggled a little bit. They struggled big time there. Didn't go according to plan at all. So we've had our first map. We've seen who got the points. We'll look at the table shortly. I'm pretty certain of that. We're going to have a break though before. Join us when we come back with the table.
Hello guys, what's up? My name is Tauna and I'm here to show you that Free Fire is on fleek. We have no time to waste and I'm really hyped to tell you, squad, that we are together on this. It's really dope and the Brazilian crew rocks. You're crazy, bro. Free Fire is my family and I invite you to participate with us on Twitter using the hashtag LBFF. It will be insane. Come and be part of our family. See you guys later.
Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
And look who's inside of the safe zone, Red Canids and Ping Game. So they have to get a lot of, nerves.
Meta going at Santos. Meta down to 3. Santos have gone. That's a bit of a shock. Meta, I think, got some support from elsewhere because they went in very, very strong with only 3 players. So I think Santos took some collateral damage from elsewhere. Welcome back then after our first break. We're going to look at the table in just a second to see how and if it has changed in any way, shape or form.
Even though SS Esports didn't get a lot of points today, not even in the top 5, they got 300 points only 28 points behind our FURIA team. So I got the feeling we are going to see Esports taking over the first place, or maybe Loud, because Loud is right now in the 30th place, very surprisingly. So that's very good today, because they start the game today very aggressive, as the same for Fluxo team that is in the top 5.
Esports managing to close the gap by just 2 points. It was miserable for Esports that round. So, Carol, I thought as well, like you, Esports could take the lead, and they've still got 5 maps, of course, to go. But if they do, you can work it out. 2 points per map is not going to be enough for Esports. That was a dismal showing, but we know, and they know, they're much better. No change as well at the bottom of the table. Those 2 teams down there in the relegation zone do have a lot of ground up to make this afternoon.
Yes, definitely, because Red Kalunga, it's, you know, in and out of the relegation zone, and it's kind of hard for them, you know, to keep big points, you know, in the table to get out of the relegation zone. But today's the day for them. They should, you know, step it up the game and once more surprise us with some buyas and get in action in the game. But also congratulations to INTZ team right now that they are in the top 10. Finally, and with more buyas, more kill points, probably they will get in the top 5 very soon.
Can they avoid the curse of the booyah? We're going to find out. That is the big question. We're going to find out soon. We'll be heading off to Kalahari, waiting for clearance from our big bosses in the control room. But Kalahari is the next destination, followed by Bermuda. That is the order of the day. So Purgatory, Kalahari, Bermuda, and then we shall repeat that order in round 8 of the Brazilian Free Fire League. INTZ, as I prefer to say, Carol, got the booyah. They stayed out of the way. They had 4 players right at the end when they took the coveted booyah on numerical advantage. But the points total, sort of, yeah.
Not very good, especially because we saw that Loud, even with a no booyah in this last match, they didn't get the booyah, but they managed to be in the very first place. And actually, Loud went before of Metagaming, and Metagame was the last team alive playing against INTZ. I'm going to start to say INTZ too, because I think that's fancy.
So sophisticated.
So sophisticated, that's right. But even though they went to the lobby in the 3rd place, they got the first place, you know, with 17 points, so that's very good. But actually, yesterday, INTZ also got a booyah, remaining very out of the trouble. So they only got 1 player alive from their team yesterday, but they got the booyah because they wait until the late stages of the game to do some action to get, you know, blood. And they only got 1 kill yesterday, but still they got the booyah. And today the same, they got only 3 kills, but they got the booyah. I don't know if that's the best strategy. Maybe not a lot of points for them to go, you know, to change things in the table, but still, that's their game style. If that's worked for them, good for them.
1 map down, 5 more maps to come here this afternoon. Carol, a little bit quicker than our first map on Saturday. We had to wait 8 minutes before the first real firefight, before the first bit of blood. Around 5 minutes. Still quite a long time, actually, when it comes to the schedule, the timing for esports. Of course, 5 minutes, long time, but a little bit better. So maybe the second map, we should get things going even quicker.
Yes. I mean, Kalahari map, I think, is one of the maps that we most see, you know, more battles, because the rotation is kind of hard for them. The cities are so close from each other that we can see more battles. And of course, because we see the teams over in the higher view, and they can clearly see the other players rotating around the map. So we can maybe wait great actions in Kalahari map.
We shall see, because we've been cleared for takeoff, and Kalahari will be landing there very, very shortly. Not quite sure we take off in Kalahari and land in Kalahari as well. It is a bit weird, isn't it, if you think about it? Not flying from a different destination. So take off for Kalahari, land in Kalahari. I think it's the same all the way through these maps.
It is, John. Let's say we took off from Purgatory and right now we are landing in Kalahari. And you all know Kalahari is the hottest map in Free Fire Brazilian League. So let's see if these teams today are getting on fire. Loud is already in the 30th place. They are in the top 3. So let's see if they will manage to take the second place from SS Sports. Will be kind of a challenge. They are about 20 points behind of SS Sports, but still anything can happen. This is anyone's game, and we never know who is going to take the booyah. Yesterday, we usually get double booyahs on Saturdays, but yesterday, surprising us, we got 6 different booyahs from 6 different teams. So let's see if we're going to have some change here, if we're going to get double booyahs this Sunday.
Santos, what they struggled to do in the Purgatory was take the high ground. They have more options here in Kalahari. My eyes will be on INTZ to see if the curse is going to strike them or not. SS Esports, as you've said, not great for them, but they are the team best placed to overtake FURIA. God also failed.
And I said in the very beginning of today's match that we should keep an eye on Santos and SS Sports, but also in God team, because these teams having had the best development during the match, you know, the best performances. So we always like to see them in action, but surprising us, they started the day very bad, not even in the top 10. So let's see. And also Red Kalunga, that is once more in the relegation zone, and this is kind of normal for them, because last season they were also in the relegation zone, but in the last matches they managed to get in the top 12, and they are back in the Serie A.
God's moving forward with purpose. 3 minutes on the clock, and Santos and Loud rather close to each other. Serie C, the 3rd division in the Brazilian Free Fire League, did have around 15,000 teams, which is not bad, and that was a few days ago, so I imagine that number's already gone up.
And for the Free Fire Brazilian fans, you can already sign up for the 3rd division of Free Fire Brazilian League. And maybe if you have a good performance, you can go to the Serie B. And can you imagine playing the Serie A? So, yeah, dedicate yourself and do your best.
Or even a professional like Carol Bombshells Meta. You saw them whizzing across. And Meta, there's not much, they've got the high ground here, but there's not a lot of cover. Especially if they've got teams on the hills behind them, so Meta need to get down here quickly, and they've been surprised by Loud. Sneaky Loud. All of these sides will be heading out first, especially if another of these teams can snipe from safe distances. Always good to do that. But Meta and Loud are going for it. Got no choice really. Very congested. Who will be heading out? No kills so far. As Loud and Meta go head to head. Still nothing, amazingly. And so this close quarter gunfight. And still everybody intact, amazingly.
Ooh.
And as soon as I say that, of course, Meta go out.
Less than 5 minutes of gaming, and we already got our first battle between Meta Gaming and Loud Team. That was very good to see a Loud send Meta Game back to the lobby.
I think Meta kind of landed on top of Loud without realising it. Right, Kalunga, 1 kill on the board, still around. INTZ also out there as well, but Meta's gone. And I think Loud took a bit of... they certainly took some damage. They've got all their 4 players. One team then out already. We're down to 43 players, so before we've lost a man. INTZ still intact. Haven't seen them yet as Red Kalunga are on the move. Capable of getting booyahs, but also very capable of heading back to the lobby extremely quickly.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm thinking that Red Kalunga right now is thinking that they should be out of trouble and avoid some battles for now. Because maybe they can get a better place, a better position in the table if they remain until the late stages of the game.
Although they seem to be heading straight to before. They've got God behind them. They've got SS Esports as well. So Red Kalunga.
And also SS Sports, it's around the corner, so they will spot some battles and maybe they can, you know, try to steal some kills.
Not a great place for Red Kalunga. Too many opponents in front, behind, and overlooking as well. As before, try to perhaps... They thought about flanking, but Red Kalunga have a player isolated. They've got God to one side, and Red Kalunga trying to lay down some cover fire at God.
And there is only 3 players alive from before team. They're in disadvantage numbers.
So maybe, here we go, Red Kalunga deciding to go for before, trying to use their numerical advantage and hope that God don't pick them off. So if they stay inside the building and with before on top, maybe God can help out Red Kalunga here. And picking off those snipers because there's not a lot of cover. Red Kalunga trying to time their run and hope that God can lay down some firepower. Red Kalunga slowly moving forward. Not too much though, they know what's at risk. And they know what's around them. Out come the weaponry. You've got to make good use as B4 try to respond here quickly. And Red Kalunga trying to rush up those stairs. Up come the glue walls. Up come the various amounts of ammunition for shotguns, and bodies will start flying back to the lobby here. Red Dexter looking a little hurt, to say the least.
Oh.
And Red now laying down the firepower. Red have lost a player. Still just a 1 kill for them. This is a good fight back from before, but Red Kalunga now onto 2. Aggressive stuff from them. They've got to keep this inside. Make sure God can't fire from above.
That's a little bit weird for Red Kalunga because they got their full squad against only 3, but you know, we shouldn't never doubt of the capacity of 3 players alive. Anyways, not very good for Red Kalunga.
And God were moving in as well, maybe to pick off both these teams as SS Esports, maybe a few sniping shots for them. That's a good idea from SS Esports. Keep out of the way. Fire a few rounds off, pick up a few stragglers. God are very stretched out as well.
And maybe we're going to see some action between INTZ and Cruzeiro. And Cruzeiro only got 3 players alive, is that right? Oh my god, we can't keep a track with these guys.
Meta are the only side who've gone. INTZ then, winners of the last booyah. Hoping to avoid the curse of the booyahs. Maybe thinking about trying to take down Cruzeiro. Also hoping that nobody's going to pick them up when they make the move. Because his open ground separating them. Well, not, it's better now, but INTZ certainly going for Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro on the back foot here.
They are taking off.
Here they come. 1 kill on the board. Cruzeiro, I think, will be heading back to the lobby. The way things are going, that little standoff. Well, Cruzeiro very close on SS Esports as well. A bit of a sandwich. And now SS Esports caught in 2 minds, but maybe we'll go for Cruzeiro. and
And
then
they already
maybe take
spotted
out
Cruzeiro.
INTZ as well.
Yeah, and they already spotted Cruzeiro, but also Loud is right behind of Cruzeiro, probably a little bit too far, but still can be a sandwich.
And this is the problem that SS Esports have faced, because they were just waiting, really, to see what's going to happen. And the other battle to their right, and then they suddenly found themselves in a different battle before have gone. So the second team have gone, so the curse, not yet on INTZ. They've avoided the first two teams back in the lobby as the firefights now come thick and fast, and it's getting a little bit cruel and vicious out there on this Kalahari map.
Even though they haven't gone back to the lobby yet, but only 2 players remain alive from INTZ team.
Santos, nothing on the board so far. And involved here with a firefight with Pain Gaming. And Santos though down to 3. Pain Gaming moving in for the kill here. Vicious stuff. Kaiki now we're looking at. Trying to lead the charge as we switch to Black on the back to Kaiki. 2 kills on the board now. Santos looking grim for them. Santos have gone out again. Another poor show for Santos.
Yeah, definitely, John. Such a shame for Santos.
INTZ living dangerously down to 1 player. So it's kind of half a curse for INTZ.
Ooh, with only 6 of life. He got inside of the safe zone. Good.
Just the 1 player. So Booyah looking very unlikely, and somehow Cruzeiro have survived all of that. Loud with 4. Loud who started well.
Loud today, they seems more aggressive. They start today definitely getting on fire. They didn't get the first booyah, but they got the first place in this match, and right now they are in the 3rd place in the table. So we should keep an eye on Loud today, because maybe they will take the 2nd place from SS Sports.
Quite a way behind SS Esports, who've gone quiet. Team Liquid down to 2. Pain with 4. And Fluxo on the far side also with 4 players. So Team Liquid in a tricky position. Black who...
And Pain
One kill.
Gaming, they got the most younger players. They got, you know, the average of age in Pain Game, they have the most younger players in their team. And look at Suicide, John. SS Sports, John. They are in the middle of the safe zone. They still remain there, you know, with no movement around, and they are waiting to see what is going to happen.
Cruzeiro is still out there. Loud now lurking around the Foxes of Cruzeiro. SS Esports, I think they've got a kill. We're in a good position as we switch to Loud, down to 3 but 4 body bags in tow, and still Cruzeiro hanging out as Loud saw INTZ's player, and maybe INTZ are about to bite the dust, but Pain Gaming have come out from nowhere. Loud perhaps not expecting that. Loud on 5 but down to 3. But this is the problem nowadays. They gave chase on the INTZ man and ran into Pain.
Because everyone is trying to get inside of the safe zone, and there's so much going on. And finally SS starts to do some moves.
But SS Esports might be coming in for it. It's all Loud moving on to 6 kills for them, and Team Liquid, they've gone. Loud taking some damage as we switch to Pain. Nice headshot there. 5 kills for Pain, down to 3 players. We've got 16, 17 players in it so far. Again, anybody's match, but Loud have gone. Loud have crashed out of this one, back to the lobby. Down to 5 sides, 16 players. Again, it's mayhem, it's chaos. As Cruzeiro have finally gone. INTZ, I think, is still out there. SS Esports now starting to pick up some points. 4 sides.
And Pay Gaming already starting the second match with 5 kills. Good for them.
Well, this is going to be better for God. It's going to be better for SS Esports, but who is going to come out on top? SS Esports laying some pain down on God. As they move to 5 kills. This is much better from SS Esports.
Wow.
And God have gone. God go out on Sunday. SS Esports now looking strong and determined. 8 kills on the board for them, but a bit of a sandwich. They've got Fluxo one side, Pain the other. And Pain could be in a tricky situation, but SS Esports caught in 2 minds here. So Fluxo, I think, only 2 kills, but in a good position here. They might want to wait this out just a fraction of a second, see what happens with SS Esports and Fluxo.
Yeah, they got a good position and the full squad. SS Sports, even though with more kills, only 3 players alive.
And Pain Gaming have gone out, down to 2 then. Fluxo, SS Esports. Who's going to take the second booyah of the afternoon? These 2 sides now forced into action, and it's looking good for SS Esports. But Fluxo, they're trying to react, triple kill. Fluxo against SS Esports now. Who's going to take the second booyah? It's got to be SS Esports on the favourites, but Fluxo still with 5. SS Esports go! Fluxo! Booyah! Very, very strong from Fluxo to take the second booyah of the afternoon. SS Esports, better showing from them. They will be amongst the points for Fluxo. Well placed to watch that final battle at the end, and then took full advantage to take the booyah.
Definitely very strategic for Fluxo team right now. They wait for all the battles, they wait until the late stage of the game, because maybe their purpose right now is to get the booyahs. Even though with less points for kills, they still remain very calm and got the booyah. But also, SS Sports, they were very positioned in the late stages of the games. I mean, they should wait a little bit longer because they had the chance to get this booyah as well. But anyways, that was the time for Fluxo team, so congratulations, guys.
Well, it is Sunday, and as we predicted, Sunday is always very special on Brazilian Free Fire. INTZ taking the first booyah, almost went out. Back to the lobby amongst the first 2 sides, but managed to survive a little bit longer. I think their points total, though, will be quite low, INTZ. Fluxo then taking the second map of the afternoon. Are we in for another 6 maps? 6 booyahs.
And we never know what to expect from Kalahari because we don't have like a team that's very dominant in this map. We got already of double booyahs in Bermuda, on Purgatory, but also we haven't seen much of that in Kalahari. So this is the very first booyah of Fluxo team in Kalahari map, and it is a great start for them today. Yesterday they got a booyah, 1 more booyah today. Maybe they will get a double booyah, so we shall find that very shortly in the next matches. But there it is, the very first place for Fluxo team with 19 points. Very good. Followed by SS Sports with 1 point difference between them. But that's also very important for SS Sports because they can get, very close of FURIA team. They were only 28 points behind of FURIA team, and right now they are getting closer and closer. And let's see if they can finish the day in the very first place in the table. But finally we can see Pain Gaming in the top 3. And right now they finished this match in the 3rd place with 14 points. That's very good. But also we are seeing here Loud once more, and the MVP for this match was Vinix with 5 points by killing.
God also getting a decent, well, I say decent, 10 points on the board for God. Cruzeiro is 7. I'm looking to see INTZ, the winners of the first booyah. Not on the score totals so far. As we look at some of the game highlights from Kalahari map.
We could see a very aggressive style of game for Loud team. They start at in the very first match of today's game. But also the second one, they were all about rush on the teams and take the position, and it works quite well for them. They finish in the 4th place with 11 points. That's good. Sadly for Metagaming with 0 points, and Santos with only 1 point. Also, before that, we saw it in the top 5 in the first match, only got 2 points. And Red Kalunga that find themselves right now in the relegation zone, only with 4 points. But look at INTZ, not very cursed, half cursed, like you said, John, in the 8th place with 6 points.
They did well because they went down to, well, just one player. Right at the start, it was Meta and Sanchez went out first. Sanchez again, disappointing afternoon for the Saints of the Villa Belmiro and their sporting side, esports side, but INTZ did well to hang on, really, because, as I said, down to just one player very, very quickly, and then kept low and managed to stay alive to pick up a few more points on the board.
Definitely.
Up comes our next break, and we'll be back with the table.
Hello guys, what's up? My name is Tauna and I'm here to show you that Free Fire is on fleek. We have no time to waste and I'm really hyped to tell you, squad, that we are together on this. It's really dope and the Brazilian crew rocks. You're crazy, bro. Free Fire is my family and I invite you to participate with us on Twitter using the hashtag LBFF. It will be insane. Come and be part of our family. See you guys later.
One time, knock 'em out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
And a bit of a kind of a triangle with 4 teams, or 3 teams, because SS Esports bit the dust as well. They're back in the lobby, and this is going to be a great afternoon. Whatever happens here for Team Ricket, because they are looking strong, but can they take it? Fluxo have gone. Booyah! And welcome back to our coverage of the Brazilian Free Fire League. We will switch to our table in just a second. There you go, bang on cue. How has SS Esports performance affected the table? There you go, down to 10 points behind FURIA.
Oh wow, and we can see here that Fluxo team is already in the 4th placing, crossing over Vivo Keyd right now. That's excellent for them, for sure. And we are seeing more of them. They changed the game style. Actually, this is the 4th Booyah of Fluxo team in Free Fire Brazilian League. They got 3 in Bermuda and the first one in Kalahari. And so far, they have been the team with more points in this weekend. So great start for Fluxo team today. But also, we saw a lot more of Loud. So yeah, we should keep an eye on these guys today. Sadly for Santos, né?
Santos, nah, yeah, isn't it?
Nah.
A little bit of Portuguese just creeping into the vocabulary of Carol Bombshell. Good afternoon then for SS Esports in that recovery. Santos, though, not so great, weren't they, Carol? Using a bit of a question tag there at the end. We've got our map number 3 coming up, as you may have predicted, Bermuda. I've been clear for takeoff. That's what I like to see. A quick thumbs up from our crew on the ground. Let's see where we take off from. Let's see where we land. Well, we know we're going to land. We're going to land in Bermuda very, very shortly.
Yep, so get your popcorn, some ice cream, I don't know. But let's watch the 3rd match of today in Bermuda map.
Look out for Fluxo. Look out for the curse. But who will take the booyah in Bermuda?
It's funny to say look out for the curse, especially for Fluxo team that already got 3 booyahs in Bermuda map. But we know that Free Fire Brazilian League always surprises us because anything can happen in this game. But also, it's very important to watch the players, the teams that have already done booyahs in a row in their map, because we can watch them, their performances, if something have changed, their strategy. But let's keep an eye also on Red Kalunga, that right now is in the very last place in our table.
The Red Kalunga, who picked up a booyah in Purgatory a couple of rounds ago. In fact, 2 booyahs in Purgatory last weekend.
And there it is, metagaming. And they are trying to get some loot on pick the call of the middle of the map in Bermuda, but also SS Sports are heading to their call, their drop. There it is in Cape Town. Not one of my favorites drops, my favorite drops here in this map, especially because I don't think we can find a lot of loot and great equipment in this Keraton and Cape Town. So the best one for sure would be Clock Tower, Peak, Observatory, but also the Blue Zone that Loud is in right now. So let's see. But sometimes the best loot and equipment doesn't mean anything.
Maybe the first time I've seen SS Esports heading for the cars. They are getting very, very mobile. It's alerting other teams, of course, but not hanging around.
And the best performance in this map from Group C goes to Santos. But we haven't seen much of Santos today. They are always in a bad moment and they always go to the lobby early, so we don't know what's going on with them today. But let's see and watch. And also Fluxo, right? Because Fluxo already got 3 booyahs in Bermuda map.
It's not been an afternoon for Santos to remember so far. 2 disappointing showings. Haven't been able to take the real high ground, which is what they love to do. As a Fluxo and maybe Cruzeiro may exchange a few rounds, or maybe not. Looks like Cruzeiro are beating a swift retreat.
And Fluxo team already spotted Cruzeiro team, and they are trying to chase the team. But I don't know if that's a wise choice, because we got also players from Cruzeiro down there that can mess up a little bit with Fluxo team game.
Height, a real advantage as Cruzeiro are a little bit exposed as well and spread out. Got a kind of a cluster of a 2 and almost a 3.
What's funny about Cruzeiro is that they're always in the early stages of the game, they found their team in some battle. That's not very good for them, because even though they win, they can easily, get oh, there it is.
Well, Fluxo deciding to do a runner. We saw 2 of the players whizzing down the kind of, ski rope.
It's because the Fluxo team drop, it is in Sentosa. So this is just a way for them to get in Sentosa, and Cruzeiro had got in the way.
And Cruzeiro then getting the high ground. And Sins needs to get off that rope as quickly as he can. Kind of early skirmish then between Fluxo and Cruzeiro, but no bodies, no kills, no damage done.
Yep, and no battle so far. We wait about less than 5 minutes to see the first battle in Kalahari map, and actually Kalahari map is the map with quickest time of first kill, but I don't think that works very well in Purgatory or Bermuda map, which is very weird because Bermuda map is the most known for the players. So
Well, Carol, we saw Red Kalunga from that overview map, but very spread out. What's going on? What's the thinking? Why have one player so far away from the others?
maybe he's trying to get some information, especially because even though this is not the call for Red Kalunga, they know this is the call for Loud. Loud got 3 different calls, drops in this map, and maybe Red Kalunga is trying to get some information. But also sometimes a city is not enough of loot and equipment for the players, so maybe they split that a lot, and I don't think that's a very wise choice.
Red Kalunga then watching and waiting.
They are waiting for the safe zone to start to shrink so they can see where they are going, but already happened, so it's trying to move.
Loud already.
Loud is always around Shipyard, Blue Eyes, and Graveyard.
Was looking for God, always out of the real action. Fluxo deciding to stay a long way.
I can't see God either.
Oh, just on the kind
Oh,
of
there
the
it is. Hinam
7
Village.
o'clock.
Yep. Ringnam Village.
SSC Sports pretty central. And Red Kalunga still near the kind of the blue circle right at the very top of the map. But maybe that's been plundered already.
So that's why they were so separate, John, because they spotted a Loud team on the blue zone, and right now they are trying to rotate to get more loot in the blue zone. So
Probably already been plundered, I imagine.
Yep.
And Fluxo staying well out of the action down at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 almost. Got Cruzeiro to the left, but they're going to have to cross that bridge or the river. Or since it's the Bermuda, it's the sea, isn't it, really? Skirmishes going on the left-hand side of the screen. Loud involved. Before also kind of firing a few pot shots at INTZ. The danger zone has suddenly been lit up.
And I got the feeling that Pain Gaming is spotting the battle between INTZ and Loud, and they are going to do something about it. Maybe join the party. But Red Kalunga, it's going to be interesting to watch their rotation because right now they are trying to avoid, battles, but also they know they need to score points and it is important to kill. So let's see what's going to be their strategy. Right now they are in the relegation zone, so not very good.
And needing to make up a lot of points as well to get clear of real trouble.
Yep, and that goes for Pen Game as well. But they start today's games very good for them. We could see more of them in the top 10.
Still almost 9 minutes gone.
And there it is, like I said, Pen Game doing something about Loud and INTZ.
Well, 9 minutes gone, just about, but 12 sides and 48 players still out there.
Still the same.
Payne and Rick, or Hick, I suppose it'd be called here, or Hickey, maybe. Trying to lay down some firepower on the Loud player at the bottom of the bridge.
Look, John, we got 3 players from Red Kalunga all together and only one Heda, which is the captain of the team, is so far away inside of the unsafe zone. And also Fluxo team.
Starting to make a move now, crossing the bridge on the far side, but have been staying out of trouble. But a long way out of trouble for Fluxo.
That's what they've been doing the first 2 matches. They've been avoiding a lot of battles, a lot of trouble. That works for them so far.
Can work, but since we've got 12 teams and 48 players, they just may run into a battle which they weren't expecting. That is the problem.
Especially because right now they are going to try to get inside of the safe zone, and the teams that are already inside of the safe zone will give them a very hard time.
Still awaiting our first kill of this third map of the afternoon, Bermuda.
10 minutes went by and no first kill, John.
Had a few firefights, but everybody healthy, everybody fit. And it's going to be one of those games which will end in mayhem and chaos, and those battles will come frequently, and it will be all over the place, and we won't have a clue what's happening, and we may even get a surprise winner. Right, Kalunga on the move towards the kind of 10 o'clock situation, heading towards the clock tower. Kind of Loud, maybe thinking about giving chase, but God have seen Loud, and God slowly moving towards Loud, but we've got INTZ to their right, and Red Kalunga manoeuvring, doing their rotation, kind of working the perimeter of the map, really. And it's still quiet. This is God.
That's an interesting battle between God and Loud team. Oh, wow. It is almost 12 minutes and we haven't seen any first kill, and it took about 10 minutes in the last rounds, in the previous rounds, to get the first Puya, the first kill in Bermuda map, and right now it took a lot longer. It is taking a lot longer, oh my god.
Because these teams know the map, and Red Kalunga then have come up against Team Liquid. So after hanging around on the periphery for so long, Red Kalunga now in a firefight with Team Liquid. And one of these sides maybe might be heading out as God getting some firepower off the map. First blood finally with 12 minutes on the clock. Team Liquid have taken, I think, one of Red Kalunga's players out. And Red Kalunga then all that time hanging around as God have moved on to 1 kill as well. So 2 players have gone out. Red Kalunga we think is one of them.
Yep.
God moving in on Loud, because Loud a bit short of where to go to really.
Yeah, and God already knows that Loud have a lot of just a low difference between their points in the table, so maybe that's a good plan for them to take down Loud in the early stages.
A bit of grunting going on, kind of almost like a tennis match here in this Bermuda map. SS Esports involved in the action elsewhere, but 12 teams. We're down though to 45 players, and God now moving in on Loud, and God onto 2 kills. Better showing in Kalahari. INTZ, 1 on the board for them so far as they come in as Pain Gaming, and bodies collapsing there very quickly, but INTZ have lost a player, in danger of losing more. And the firefights now coming quick and fast, and Pain Gaming become the first team to head out, but it's come at a cost.
Yeah, very bad for Pain Gaming, especially because they are very tight on the table with Red Kalunga in the relegation zone, so well, not good for both teams, but still, Red Kalunga is still alive and can do something about that.
4 kind of squashed in together as Cruzeiro tried to take a few pot shots. And Meta and Cruzeiro, they've got another side right at the very top of the table. We can't see exactly who that was.
So we got B4 down there against Cruzeiro, but also we got on the top a Meta game watching the battle. So they are going to punish Cruzeiro, I got this feeling. So Cruzeiro right now is in a little bit of a sandwich. Especially because when B4 noticed there is a better... Red Kalunga is back to the lobby, John.
Second time this afternoon that Red have gone amongst the first 2 sides, as INTZ have gone as well. So, the curse will always get you.
Yep.
If it doesn't get you the first time, it will get you the second time round. So INTZ, winners of the first Booyah, have gone out amongst the first 3 in map 3. We're a Fluxo. Fluxo then avoiding the curse so far. We haven't seen much of them on this Bermuda map. It's Cruzeiro trying to hold off Meta. Cruzeiro trying to get some cover. SS Liel again in the action, but not on our screens right now. Cruzeiro trying to fight back. And Meta have lost a player. 2 kills on the board. Pushing on Cruzeiro though, trying to take Cruzeiro out, getting a nice headshot to move on to 3 kills, double kills. Cruzeiro have gone. Out go Cruzeiro.
Great performance for Meta Gaming. Excellent indeed.
Loud have gone as well, down to 7 sides. So this is exactly what we expected. Nothing for 12 minutes. And God...
But look at the teams that are approaching side of the safe zone. So Fluxo team is going to give a hard time to Meta Game.
God, been aggressive. Now we haven't seen much of Santos. I've got a feeling Santos might have gone actually. FX or Fluxo, Team Liquid, who were aggressive under the cosh here. Already got a player down, in danger of losing other players as well. It's all so congested. God have gone out. God have crashed out.
Santos alive.
Santos are still there. 6 teams at the moment. 14 players though. Fluxo down to 2, but Team Liquid have gone out now. Down to 5. SS Esports 2 kills, but suddenly aggressive before have gone. And we're down to 4. All of a sudden, 4 teams, 10 players. This is exactly what we expected. And now a bit of a battle here. Meta, Fluxo, SS Esports. Who's going to come out on top? SS Esports finding aggression. Fluxo down to 2 players. Quadruple kill. Fluxo hanging on at the moment, but taking a real hammering here. And SS Esports looking aggressive, looking solid, looking for the first Booyahs. Meta go down to 3. Will it be SS Esports for the first time? Out come the grenades as Fluxo try to hang on. Trying to pick off bodies and grabbing shots when they can. SS Esports at full strength. Fluxo and Santos are still in the mix. But SS Esports, they were on 4. That may have changed now. We're down to 3 sides. Fluxo's one of them. SS Esports taking some hammer. But Fluxo down to 1 player.
And also Santos, only 1 player.
And Fluxo go out, down to 2.
Wow.
And SS Esports crash out. Booyah! Santos! Well, again, we go to 3 maps, and again we go to 3 booyahs. And Santos, we hardly saw them in that Bermuda map.
Yeah.
Hardly a single view of Santos taking the booyah, knocking out SS Esports right at the deck.
That's right, John. We haven't seen much from Santos in this round. You actually got confused if they were still alive? Yeah, but they were still alive and in the game. And they took this victory home today in the 30th round. So great news for Santos that in the first 2 rounds were in the bottom. So this is their 4th booyah in Free Fire Brazilian League, and actually the 2nd one in Bermuda map. So they are trying, they're starting to get more used to the victories in the map. They are trying to dominate Bermuda map, but also was really good to see Fluxo team in action again, because this is the best map for Fluxo team. They already got 3 booyahs in Bermuda, and I'm pretty much sure even though Santos got this booyah, Fluxo team got more points this round.
We shall see very, very shortly, but good stuff from Santos. Almost anonymous through 95% of that match, but came strong at the end to take out an SS Esports side who had a full contingent for most of that battle, with the last 3 remaining. There you go. Points, Santos at 18 points, SS Esports 16.
Yeah, and Fluxo team in the 30th place with 16 points, the same amount of points of SS Sports. And Fluxo team right now, it is in the 4th place in our table. So SS Sports is still with a good points difference in the table, but they should watch out because the teams in the top 5 are coming for them. And also Meta Game once more in our top 5. That's great. We are seeing here Team Liquid that had the great performance last weekend, and we were waiting to watch more of them here today. And God with 9 points. That's good. And we got a lot of MVP for this this match. We got from God, we got from Fluxo team and SS Sports. So yeah, very fair so far.
No sign of Fluxo on the, we saw them earlier on the points board, in fact. So Santos then, top dogs in Bermuda. We're going to look at the table, I think after the break, but they're on the points. Poor old Red Kalunga, their situation looking grim at the bottom. Likewise, Pain Gaming, it's a habit to see those teams going out very, very early on, and INTZ as well. Just the 5 points for one of the booyah winners of the afternoon.
Definitely. And something interesting, very interesting about this booyah is that this is the 3rd time we got a booyah with only 1 single player from a team. So we got the same performance last season from Red Canids team. That one head that got the booyah, only one head that was alive from Red Kalunga team, and he got the booyah. And this season we got INTZ doing the same yesterday against FURIA team, but today was the time for Santos, and with only 1 player alive, he managed to get the booyah for his team.
And the quiet afternoon for Santos has changed. We'll take a quick break and then we'll be back with the table.
Hello guys, what's up? My name is Tauna and I'm here to show you that Free Fire is on fleek. We have no time to waste, and I'm really hyped to tell you, squad, that we are together on this. It's really dope and the Brazilian crew rocks. You're crazy, bro. Free Fire is my family and I invite you to participate with us on Twitter using the hashtag LBFF. It will be insane. Come and be part of our family. See you guys later.
One time left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
take out the winner of that little battle. But it's a killing spree, and FURIA now to 13. They are really racking up the body count here, laying down the law big time and concentrating their firepower to very, very good effect. Still on 13 kills though.
14 kills, John. Oh my god.
14 kills. Just look at this firepower.
15, 16, 17. Oh goodness. Killing spree for sure.
18, that is very, very impressive stuff. And if FURIA can survive and take the booyah, they will get in some mega points here. They are meaning business, and Santos go. Santos, who started well in this league position, we're down to 2 sides. FURIA with 20 surely has to be them, and they are racing forward.
Oh
Killing spree once
God.
again. 20 kills on the board for them, looking mean. Another killing spree! Woo! Yet again, booyah! Just had to be FURIA. Oh, welcome back. Just had to be FURIA. FURIA watching from the sidelines here this afternoon, watching as Santos took the booyah, the third booyah of the afternoon in Bermuda.
And there it is, our table. In the very first place, as we already predicted, Esports with 334 points, passing over FURIA team. But I don't think FURIA is going to live that way too longer. So next weekend we are going to see FURIA in action, and let's see if these guys can be in the first place again. But surprisingly, Fluxo team in the 30th place, passing over Loud team. Not a lot of points difference, so Loud still got the chance to take the 30th place again. And yeah, God still remaining the same. Santos, we got the last booyah for Santos, so a little bit more points for them. So yeah, that's good.
Very worrying though for the likes of Pain Gaming and Red Kalunga, because there's a massive gap now, even between themselves and Corinthians and Flamengo, who are not playing today. And the way things are going, Pain Gaming and Red Kalunga will be struggling to get it out of the relegation zone, because they're just not picking up points at all. They're struggling big time, and 1 or 2 points per match is not going to cut it, I'm afraid, for those two teams in the relegation zone. Quick break, and we'll be back.
Two times knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
Welcome back to the Brazilian Free Fire League Round 8 on this Carnival Sunday. May even be Valentine's Day wherever you are around the world. Not so in Brazil, but we've had a few Valentine's Day massacres out there on the 3 maps so far. We've been cleared for takeoff after a couple of problems at immigration, and we shall be flying off to Purgatory.
Purgatory already once more, and let's see who is going to, you know, get one more Booyah and Purgatory map, because there was a job for INTZ.
I thought you switched to INTZ.
Oh yeah, INTZ. This is more fancy. INTZ. And there it is, as we can see here in the table. We got Pain Gaming and Red Kalunga in the relegation zone, which is very bad because Red Kalunga is the only team that haven't reached the 50 points by kill in this championship so far. And the second worst one is Corinthians, but Corinthians didn't played yesterday. But I mean, yeah, Red Kalunga, you guys should step it up your game and do something about that.
Before looking like they're going into the blue zone. They might be on their own, but it's an early firefight. That's good stuff. First blood goes to Fluxo. Wow. Now, who have they got? That is the question. We don't know, basically.
And we got a replacement on Fluxo team. So this guy right here that you guys are watching, Fac from Fluxo, he just got in the first round of today for him, and he already got the first blood, the first kill. That's good. So that was a good replacement in Fluxo team.
Cruzeiro down to 3.
So was that a kill in Cruzeiro? Oh.
Cruzeiro, as you've said before, always tend to run into trouble, but quick wits from our Fluxo men.
I was about to say that Cruzeiro always get in a bit of trouble, and they always get, you know, they always lose a player in the early stages of the game, which is not very good for them. But also we already saw them getting a Booyah with only 3 players alive, so maybe they are already used to that.
Before well spread out, and looks like they've got the blue zone to themselves at the moment, so happy hunting for before. Very, very early kill then. A record kill, I think, for our coverage of the Brazilian Free Fire League.
And this is our fourth match of today, and we got a lot of replacements. So far we got replacements on Fluxo team, Cruzeiro, and B4. Maybe these guys are trying go for plan B, change the strategy, get more Booyahs. We shall find that very shortly, because anything can happen in Free Fire Brazilian League.
And those changes, Carol, because it is tough work, isn't it, for these young players to keep up the mental side of the game, to keep up the focus and the concentration. Tough indeed for them. Tough indeed for us, of course. It's game number 4 where we won't have replacements. We don't get anybody standing in for us in our 6 matches. But it's a good policy to give those young minds
definitely.
a rest.
Definitely, John, because we have talked a lot about that, and most of these players, they are very young, and the youngest one, it's only 14 years old, 16 years old. So yeah, there's a lot of going on, a lot of pressure in their minds. So yeah, they should definitely get a break, get some rest. But it is important also keep it up with the game. That's what these guys are signed for. And like you like to say, they are born killers.
Natural born killers. As at Cruzeiro, looking at Pain, but Pain rather spread out. Cruzeiro then taking an early loss. Now Chivia biting with us, heading back to the lobby.
And we haven't seen much of God. I got great expectations on God today because last weekend we got great performances from God, and especially because they got one of the last booyahs from last weekend. And God team, they did, you know, the last booyahs of Sunday match, like I already said, and they have reached the 5th booyah in Free Fire Brazilian League. And some teams haven't even get any booyah. And God team have already got 5, but today the day seems a little bit weird for them, a little bit unusual. We haven't seen much of them in any of the 3 rounds. I mean, we have watched a couple of battles, but not great positions for God so far. But the God team have at least 1 booyah in each map, so they know every map. They have studied each map, so that's good for them to have this knowledge, but still is not always about the knowledge that you have, but strategy and a little bit of luck.
Oh God, all seeing yet to impress us though on this Carnival Sunday in Brazil. INTZ, Fluxo, Santos have taken the honours so far. Now, Esports coming under fire from, of all people, Red Kalunga. And Esports is all taking a bit of damage. Red German rotating here, Red Animal. And took a piece out of one of the Esports players.
And Red Kalunga, they kind of have the same game style in Purgatory. When they go to fields drop and they rotate until Brasilia, but they had a hard time in the first match of today playing against Fluxo team, so maybe they change a little bit their position.
And Red German then Red Elemau deciding that it's time to take a bit of cover. This is Payne, and God managed to cross the bridge, but now running into traffic from Payne Gaming. Better showing for God in Bermuda. Yet to get onto the Booyah board this afternoon.
Yeah, I was about to say that God should rotate a little bit faster in this map because they always find a little bit of trouble when they try to get inside of the safe zone. Last match, Team Liquid gave them a hard time to get inside of the safe zone, and right now Payne Games gave them a hard time as well.
And the signs of Santos, who were exceptionally quiet in the last map, but came on very, very strong to take the Booyah. Oh God, and Payne Gaming, here they go. Head to head, face to face. And God having to force themselves forward. 2 kills on the board for them. They become the kill leader with 3, so this is looking a bit iffy for Payne, to say the least. God, imposing themselves.
Yeah, the last one is trying to take off from Payne Game.
Possibly trying to respond as well, actually, and causing some damage for God. And God have lost a player, so that's a good start from Payne Gaming. Taking out 2 of the God players. That is not what was in the plan, and finally the double kill should see the end of. In fact, it's Payne still out there, but inflicting misery on God. What's happened to God? They got that wrong.
Are you serious? There was only 1 player took down the 3 players from God? Wow. What's going on here today?
A lesson then for God. Esports once again lurking. Red Kalunga, who had those pot shots at Esports, maybe now deciding it's time to move on. 12 teams, 41 players. As we look at the overhead of the map, Team Liquid on the outside. Meta well down south, a long way out of a trouble, but they'll have to get on the move sharply, and it might be Santos who they'll run into, depending on which way they go. Santos quiet as they were.
In meta game, very far from the safe zone. This is the second time the safe zone is shrinking and meta game is it's out. And once more, John, we're going to see a lot of things going on inside of Brasilia. So, Brasilia is crowded right now, and it's about to get even more crowded, and it's going to be very interesting to watch who is going to be the last one survive.
It is interesting that Purgatory has a capital called Brasilia. I'm sure it's just pure coincidence. The capital of Brazil.
I think they're a huge fan of Brazil.
Maybe capital of Brazil, capital of Purgatory, as we look at before. See Red Animal in the background. This is Pau 7 or Pau Sechi Bread 7.
Bread 7. 7 breads. We never know.
Before on the move. And Cruzeiro still hanging on.
Grenade launcher. Who is going to get?
Maybe a little bit early for the old grenade launchers. It's great to hang on. Team Liquid running into Santos and maybe God and maybe even Cruzeiro. Team Liquid, what were they thinking of? Mad rush at Santos. Santos, as we've been seeing, have been quiet. Santos now in danger here. Are they going to get the curse of the FURIA because Santos under a bit of pressure here. God were lurking in the background as well. Team Liquid came rushing in, but Santos having to respond, but will be taking some damage. Santos, team of Santos, there you go, the curse strikes again. Santos have gone out. Team Liquid, I think, doing the damage. The curse of the FURIA has struck once again.
In Brazil, we got this expression said, a bruxa está solta, which means the witch is out. So that's exactly what is happening in Free Fire Brazilian League right now. The witch is out and it's cursing every single team that get a booyah.
A witch, oh, wizard.
Oh, wizard, yep.
In this case, all boys out there, all suffering, but Santos and the curse, struck by the curse. Had to happen. So, INTZ, Fluxo, Santos with the first 3 bouyas. Are we going to get a different name on the board? Are we going to make it 6 maps, 6 different bouyas? It's on the cards. Won't be Santos. They have gone out. Soul destroying for Santos as SS Esports that look on from high. You've got Red Kalunga below them. Those 2 teams have been jostling throughout this Purgatory map. And MTS 007 just trying to find a few rounds as I whack away a huge insect which is flying around the studio.
Yeah, so the teams in Free Fire Brazilian League, it's facing off some battles, and John is facing a battle against a bee here in the studio.
Yeah, it's out to get me, that's for certain. I know I'm short of loot as well. I have to say I'm kind of defenseless here. I've got a kind of spray which is actually an alcohol spray. It worked once, but the bee came back for a little bit more. Back to the action. INTZ, it took the first FURIA of the afternoon at this very map.
One team is already back to the lobby, which is Santos. They got the first booyah of today's, which is very bad for them. I feel like when you get the booyah and in the next round you go so early back to the lobby, it's like you have lost the points, you know, that you get in a booyah. Oh well.
1 step forward, 3 steps back for Santos. It's been quiet.
Right.
It really has been quiet for them. Thought they were bouncing back to some kind of activity, but wasn't to be for Santos, I'm afraid. Team Liquid intact, 4 kills. Keeping those heads down low, always a good idea. Cruzeiro lost a player early on, and as ever managed to survive.
Shut down.
Pain Gaming. That came from nowhere.
It's because there were only one player alive, but still came from nowhere.
Not great for them.
And still remain safe and sound so far. Very quiet already. Almost 15 minutes went by and only 2 teams back to the lobby.
Nicely done by Cruzeiro. With Chin getting a kill. Ten sides, 34 players, 15 minutes on the clock. INTZ. Wow. Winners of this Purgatory Booyah crashing out back to the lobby very, very early on, and we didn't even see them involved in any kind of firefight whatsoever. Now it is congested. God sandwiched. Loud 2 kills, but down to 3 players. And Red Kalunga also coming in for a bit of hammer here. They've done well so far by their standards to stay alive, but how long can they survive? Because Loud are pushing forward. They've got 3 players though. Red Kalunga trying to fight back here. And Loud down to do. Red Kalunga gone though. Couldn't survive in the end, and Loud move on to 5. But it's a big price for Loud.
Yeah, and I'm afraid to say that they went back to the lobby with no much points in their baggage. So very bad for Red Kalunga once more. It's not a day for them.
May have taken 2 or 3 kills. Red Kalunga's Loud push forward. We'll confirm that. Firefights now picking up here before suddenly getting involved in the action, but maybe on the wrong side of the action as well, because it's a double kill. Team Liquid looking aggressive. Before maybe on the back, but they've got SSC Sports one side as we focus on Loud. And you can see SS Esports, Meta Gaming maybe getting out of the way. Before in trouble, they've got Team Liquid also involved in the action. And now God mixing it with Fluxo and Loud as Meta take on Cruzeiro. So all going on, it's all kicking off here in this Purgatory map. And
oh my God.
Teams running into trouble. Loud have gone out.
Team Liquid is punishing every single one that's trying to get inside of the safe zone.
And Cruzeiro again went down relatively early after losing players. Now God, is it just the one player against Fluxo inside that building to the left? Meta full strength, SS Esports full strength. Meta with just the 1 kill on the board. Are we going to get a different name, different Booyah here in Purgatory? Oh! Our 4th map. Out come the heavy artillery. Need to make it work. Meta on the move. Down to 3. 1 kill so far for them.
Wow.
And SS Esports have gone.
Wow.
Team Liquid looking aggressive. Out comes the grenades. They move forward. 8 kills, but they've lost a player right now. And God have also gone as well. Fluxo crash out. Down to 3. 7 players. Meta rotating as they can, but running out of space. Team Liquid on the back foot here as Meta push forward on Team Liquid.
It can be real.
We had 2 players, 2 teams, and Meta moving forward. Meta laying down the law big time here, putting some real firepower down on Team Liquid. Meta aggressive, moving forward. Nicholas it is. 5 kills on the board, and Meta move forward. Team Liquid now on to 9. Players dropping all over the place. Who's going to take it here? Meta with 2, and Booyah! Meta! Booyah number 4. Map number 4. And Meta Gaming, what an afternoon for them. They take the Booyah, they become team number 4 on our Booyah map.
Holy cow, John. What is going on today in this Sunday afternoon here in Free Fire Brazilian League? I mean, this is the very first Booyah of Meta Gaming Free Fire Brazilian League. These guys came all the way from the 2nd division of Free Fire Brazilian League, and they finally achieved 1 Booyah. Their first Booyah in the Serie A of Free Fire Brazilian League. So congratulations to these guys. Today, it is a great day for them, definitely. They should be very happy at home.
Well,
There
back in the theatre, back in Masuda, where the players are battling out. Well, another surprise, a big surprise for Meta. We'll look at how they've done in the points total very, very short. But for maps, again, we are in for a repeat of Saturday's round 7, where we had 6 maps and 6 different winners, and we are on course for that this afternoon. SSE Sports crashing out relatively early again. The new league leader, Santos, the curse of the Booyah, going out as the first team after taking the Booyah in Bermuda.
And with this Booyah of Meta game, they are out of the list with teams that didn't get any Booyah so far. So right now we only get Corinthians and Team 1 in this list. So Meta Gaming, the very first Booyah of this season for them. Great job, very first place with 19 points, followed by Team Liquid that was in the second place, but still with the same amount of points. Because of course, John, we already know the kill points, so that makes a lot of difference in the last points in the table. Followed by before that, once more we are seeing these guys in the top 3. That's great for them. And Fluxo team in the 4th place. And actually today is the best day of Fluxo team. They are, you know, rocking today. So great job Fluxo team. And in the top 5 we can see God team. We haven't seen much of them. We haven't talked much of them today. But still great job. And Loud, we are seeing here Loud. But the MVP of this match, it is Boss W with 4 kill points from Liquid Team Liquid.
Santos then going from heroes to zeros, quite literally.
I like the expression.
Booyah in Bermuda, nothing in Purgatory. SSE Sports, I think, still top of the league, but won't be happy with a meager 6 points for them. Red Kalunga 3, again, not good enough to take them out of the dreaded relegation zone.
And wow, there was so much going on here in Brasilia, and even though there was only 3 versus 3 in this last battle, Meta Game managed to do a great job, and they achieved their first Booyah in this season. And I always like to say that they came all the way from Serie B, and the styles of game are so different. So that is a great achievement for them. So good job and congratulations to Meta Game in their first Booyah.
Well, there you go, Metagaming taking the Booyah. 2 more games to come. We'll have a quick break shortly, and then we shall be back with the table. But again, INTZ, Fluxo, Santos, Meta, the champions so far this afternoon in round 8 of the Brazilian Free Fire League.
We didn't get double Booyah so far, but yesterday we saw some teams from Group A doing Booyah. So yesterday we got a Booyah from INTZ and 1 more Booyah today for INTZ. And also Fluxo team got a Booyah yesterday, and today they got a Booyah. And there it is, John, the table. Ooh, the very first place still remaining, SS Sports with 340 points. That's going to be a little bit hard to get in there, but Fluxo team is trying as hard as they can. And followed by Loud in the 4th place, and finally we can see God in the top 5. Yeah, that's the Spirit God. And Santos, not very good for Santos, that went out to the 9th place. Before and Cruzeiro passed over Santos. But still, we can see a great job, a great effort from Meta Gaming. So great job, guys. That's the spirit.
Pain and Red Kalunga still well stuck in the red zone, the relegation zone, and looking like they're not going to climb out. The way things are going, their points total so far after 4 games is not enough, so 2 more maps to come. Unless they have a really good showing, those 2 teams will be staying bottom of the table, which is great news for the likes of Flamengo, Corinthians, Team 1, who are not in action this afternoon. Quick break, and map number 4 should be on its way.
Hello guys! guys, what's up? My name is Tauna and I'm here to show you that Free Fire is on fleek. We have no time to waste and I'm really hyped to tell you, squad, that we are together on this. It's really dope and the Brazilian Free rocks. You're crazy, bro. Free Fire is my family and I invite you to participate with us on Twitter using the hashtag LBFF. It will be insane. Come and be part of our family. See you guys later.
One time left, right, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
Three sides, 9 players. But just the one kill though for Fluxo, so they're not going to bag up that many points if they can do it. Loud are in trouble, Loud in the centre.
Oh my god.
And Fluxo now also in trouble. Body's flying forward and booyah! Wow, booyah.
Booyah.
Seems so long ago to see Team Liquid taking a booyah. Not in action, well, haven't really done anything so far. INTZ, Fluxo, Santos, Meta. The kings, which is what they are, of the maps so far, we're on schedule for 6 maps, 6 different booyahs. Game 5 is coming up. We'll be heading to Kalahari. Fluxo did the business in Kalahari, but have been quiet since then. Santos hit by the curse of the booyah in Bermuda. Meta, what an afternoon for the Meta then, getting their first booyah in the top flight of the Brazilian Free Fire League.
in the beginning of the day, the beginning of today's match, we saw a short video of Metagame talking about the strategies in the game. They have changed, they have adapted themselves in this game right now because they are in a new, in a new ground for them, because it's the very first time they are playing against the teams from Serie A. So this is amazing for them. A Booyah right now, it is everything for them, and I'm pretty much sure these guys are crazy at home. They are definitely doing some parties today. But our next map coming very shortly is Kalahari, and Kalahari is the map with the first kills in a short time. So probably, hopefully, we are going to see more actions happen faster in Kalahari because we are clear to take off.
Here we go. I can see the mountains of Kalahari, so I know we're in Kalahari. So it's kind of a little flight. There you go, Kalahari. So a little bit takeoff, bit of a submarine, which is a little unusual on an island such as this. Blue zone at let's say 7 o'clock, and who will head to the blue zone? Who has the guts? Cruzeiro, it would seem, alongside God and INTZ with Pain Gaming not far away. So maybe a little bit of a tussle down at the blue zone.
What is not far away? It's Fluxo team of FURIA. They got only a couple points behind of FURIA, and they get the chance in these last 2 rounds to get enough points to take the second place of FURIA team, and that probably make FURIA very furious at home. And next weekend, these guys are coming for the game to take the top once more.
Couple of questions here. Can Meta survive the curse of the Booyah? Can Cruzeiro keep intact their full squad and not lose anybody early on, as they have tended to do so throughout this entire league campaign? In fact, and Cruzeiro might come up against God.
That is a question that not even God have the answer, but we shall find that right now.
INTZ also maybe a flanking movement on Cruzeiro, as God so far have decided not to rush Cruzeiro, although first firefight, and God in fact will be taking on Cruzeiro, hoping perhaps that INTZ can do something, but God here going for glory against Cruzeiro early on, and God really going for it, pushing forward. Might end up losing players, but determined to take out Cruzeiro right from the start. Generally it is, and 1 kill on the board already. It's got to be a Cruzeiro player. So we've answered one question. Cruzeiro unable to hang on, but Cruzeiro trying to fight back against God and responding quickly as well. So these two teams taking chunks out of each other. Not a good idea from either side, as Cruzeiro go into 2, and God pay the price. Poor old God. There you go, working on Sundays, you break your own rules, you paid the price in the end, and God taking a beating from Cruzeiro. Early aggression from God. Got it all wrong, I'm afraid to say.
Definitely, John. That was not a good start for God in this last 2 rounds of today's games, especially because they only have the opportunity to play next weekend, and only 1 round on next weekend. So this is very bad for them, and probably that will make a big difference in the table.
Oh God, proving that in fact they are human. And with human frailties, a rush of blood to the head, and came a cropper against Cruzeiro. Interestingly, INTZ watched as they went for the high ground. They could have moved in and may move in on Cruzeiro, so Cruzeiro took damage early on, and taking more damage here as INTZ are well positioned, and they've got a kill on the board. So are Cruzeiro down to 2? There are 6 players out already. 4 of them belong to God. Might be the other 2 belonging to Cruzeiro as the INTZ moves forward. SS Esports moving away from before.
They probably are going to the strategy where they remain in a place calm and avoid a lot of battles until the late stages of the game. But we know that sometimes work, not always, because oh, and there it is. Once more meta game against Loud.
There's two teams now with a bit of a grudge match going on. Certainly don't like each other, certainly determined to take the other side out to the lobby as quickly as possible.
And they did the exactly same thing, John. They flew over Loud team.
Allowed a Meta. Let's bear in mind, of course, that Meta winners of the Purgatory map.
The
And,
curse is coming.
Curse is on its way. God have gone. God have gone. So there's another place in the lobby waiting for one of these sides. And Meta now moving forward. They've got teams in their sights here, both intact so far, but the one of these sides is going to be crashing out. And Meta now with 2 kills on the board, looking aggressive, looking purposeful as they race forward against Loud. Loud on the back foot here. Loud might be in for a quick return to the lobby. 3 kills on the board. Nice headshot, double kill.
Are you serious? Are they taking down all the whole Loud team? That unexpected.
Could be the end of Loud, but Meta have paid a price. Loud down to 1. Oh, was that worth throwing that grenade? As we look at Team Liquid trying to apply some pressure on Red Kalunga. Red Kalunga might be amongst the points again, but they need mega points to get away from the wrong end of the table. And coming under some pressure from Team Liquid. Team Liquid, though, getting some hammer. This is good response from Red Kalunga. And Pain are feeling it big time here. Red Kalunga. As Pain Gaming go out, so Meta have avoided the curse.
Double kill.
And that is good news for
Yep.
Red Kalunga.
And meta game, I mean, that's unexpected because we haven't see that teams that get a booyah, they go early to the lobby, but this time's metagame did a different kind of style of game. They always remain out of the safe. You can always find these guys out of the safe, and they only get inside of the safe when the safe zone is trying to shrink even more. But this time they are doing a aggressive game style, and on a Loud team, which is one of the best teams so far, because we can see Loud team on top 5, but it is unexpected to see things like that happening. But Sundays are very weird days, like Saturdays, and we don't know. This is the 5th round and we didn't get any double booyah so far. Maybe, let's see.
Got a feeling that SS Esports may take one of these booyahs.
Oh,
the
you
kiss
got
of
this
death.
feeling.
Got a feeling, but it could be the kiss of death, because they've been in or around for a lot of these matches. Santos again are quiet. Meta certainly took some damage in that firefight we saw moments ago. Cruzeiro down to 2. 1 out of the picture, right in the bottom right-hand corner at 5 o'clock. INTZ isolated as well. And Red Kalunga now right at the kind of 12 o'clock position at the top of the map.
And Santos, they are in exactly the same position they always are in Kalahari. So that works for them most of the time, but not when the safe zone trick the players. So let's see. But Red Kalunga. Let's talk about Red Kalunga, because Red is the last one in our table and is the team that always use different kind of squads. They keep changing and replacing the players. I don't know, we talked about that before, so I don't know if that's a good strategy for them, if that's actually messing up with their games. So right now they are very in a bad position in the table.
And nothing on the ball for SS Esports as we switch to before. And likewise, 0 kills, but everyone intact at the moment as SS Esports get involved in a bit of a firefight. Fluxo just down below them. 9 minutes on the clock. Two sides, God and Pain, already back in the lobby. Now, SS Esports taking a bit of fire from Meta and Fluxo.
Meta is on fire today, John. They are here for the game, they are here for the action, and that's what we have signed for.
And SS Esports, well, I said it could be a kiss of death, taking some real fire from two angles. Fluxo one side, Meta on the other. Meta, 4 kills. Everybody intact. Only Nicholas without a kill. Kawaii with 2. And before now, trying to put it down on the Team Liquid. Four against 3. As Team Liquid have another player lurking out of screenshot.
There it is, Brad. The safe zone is shrinking even more and the players are getting closer and closer. And we already know when the safe zone is too small, it is too hard to keep it up. I would do something right now, John.
You would do what, Carol? Give those teams some advice. I know they can't hear you, but nonetheless.
Oh well, Team Liquid right now is having a hard time against B4, and for them to get inside of the safe zone, they should definitely get some points. So I would go, you know, over B4 right now, especially because B4 it's ahead of Team Liquid in the table, so it would be good for them to do some actually over B4. And definitely I would do some rush over them.
Cruzeiro about to run into INTZ. And Cruzeiro down players. Naturally, it's Cruzeiro. Have lost players. And INTZ can sense that they've got a flanking movement involving 3 of the players, and 1 has remained in a high position. And Cruzeiro on the back foot. Maybe heading back to the lobby before too long. Kalunga and SS Esports were at it. And SS Esports have gone out. Red Kalunga.
That's an unusual battle between Red Kalunga and SS Sports, especially because Red Kalunga sent all of SS Sports back to the lobby.
But I think they got a bit of a help there from Meta as well. Meta firing from a different angle.
Meta or Fluxo?
I think it was Meta. Hard. Very difficult for us to say all the time because there's so much going on all at the same time. But Red Kalunga. Wow.
And maybe before is ready to the approach.
Well, before Red Kalunga certainly at full strength. 2 players Team Liquid have gone.
Meta Game sent Team Liquid back to the lobby. Wow, Meta Game is on fire, guys. Definitely on fire today.
Meta though surely must have taken some damage.
They took down Team Loud and now Team Liquid, so they got a lot of points so far. That's great for them.
Meta. As we switch to Santos, have been quiet.
The only player alive from Loud Team, Phoenix.
Nowhere to go, and Santos right on top of the roof. Got Cruzeiro and INTZ below them, and I think they've spotted. No, they haven't spotted the Loud player.
No, and I'm afraid that the player doesn't have any med kit. That's going to be a bit of a hard time for him to survive.
Santos then in with a chance of getting something as they lay down some firepower on Cruzeiro. But again, nothing on the ball for Santos. Cruzeiro, as ever, always with a weakened team, but always managed to hang on as Santos then do finally take a chunk out of Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro in trouble. Now I think we're down to 1 player. Santos move in, but Santos have also taken some damage. Meta Cruzeiro have gone. No surprises there. Meta looking the team most likely at the moment. So Santos go out. Santos quiet and ran into Meta, which was a little bit unfortunate for Santos. Red Kalunga. It's going to be a decent point haul for them if they can progress forward. They've knocked out before. This is good for Red Kalunga. 3 kills on the board. Getting points as we move forward. Meta, full strength, Fluxo, Red Kalunga, INTZ, Loud with just the one player. Loud still lurking in there as we focus on Red Kalunga. They've got the boo before. Not this afternoon, but they've been there as Meta. Looking strong though. And Meta having a go at Red Kalunga, but there's Fluxo kind of in the middle and the Loud player. Is this going to be one of those biggest surprises ever? If the Loud player can stay there, which he is, because he's been forgotten, he used to keep his head down. I'm afraid that's not going to happen, no. He's been spotted, and the Loud player has done well to hang on. I think it's going to be heading back to the lobby here very, very shortly. Can he take someone down with him, though? That is the question. Possibly not. And Carol is enjoying this bloodshed and Loud. And Vinny has done well. INTZ have gone. Wow, Loud have gone as well, but took down bodies. Red Kalunga finally gone. Down to 2 sides. Fluxo, meta game now gone, and booyah! Fluxo, we finally get a double booyah for them. Meta looking so strong, but Fluxo coming up with the goods right at the end. Maybe that kind of Joker having the single player around was a bit of a surprise right at the very end.
In right this moment, Phoenix from Loud, he was trying to do some friendship. He was trying to get some friends from metagame. That was very funny, but let's talk about this booyah, that amazing booyah from Fluxo team, because they were already with 9 points by kill, and that's strong for them. They got a double booyah, and actually, John, I don't know if you remember, but Fluxo team have already done double booyah in a Sunday, and we know that we not usually get double booyahs on Sundays from the same team, but Fluxo team is, they are managed to do that. So this is the second time Fluxo team do a double booyah in a Sunday, and this is actually their 5th booyah in Free Fire Brazilian League. So these guys are getting even stronger, and they are on the run to take the top 3. And they were in the 4th place, and probably with this booyah and the amount of points, they are going to be in the 3rd place.
And the second booyah then of the day, the first one of the weekend, going to Fluxo on the same map. 2 booyahs, both at Kalahari.
Kalahari, yeah, that's great for them. They are finally getting more knowledge of the grounds in Kalahari, and they are dominating the map. So that's good, because we know that the most dominant one in this map, it is Santos, but not this time, because Fluxo team got the booyah, but also Meta game, it feels like they got the booyah as well. In the 2nd place with the same amount of points of Fluxo team. And weirdly, but Red Kalunga in the 3rd place today with 11 kills, with 11 points. So that's good for them. Yep, not that bad, but still. And also it is very good for Loud. I mean, not excellent, because they were very tied with Fluxo for the 3rd position, but right now Fluxo team got a great difference ahead. And probably we're gonna see very shortly in the table the difference between these teams. And the MVP for this season, this match, it is Fak from Fluxo team and Kawe from Meta Gaming. So great job, guys.
A couple of good rounds then for Meta. Took a booyah and then came close to making it a double booyah for them. Nobody on the bounce has done it this weekend, but Fluxo have broken that run we've had so far with 6 maps, 6 different teams. That has come to the end with the penultimate map of the weekend.
And this is actually the best points for Fluxo team in one single round, but also the best points for Metagame in one single round as well. So it feels like both teams got the booyahs in this round, but not that good for Pain Game, SS Sports, and God, they are in the very bottom.
SS Esports, I can't remember who predicted that they might be getting one of the booyahs It wasn't to be on that occasion, but there's still one more map to come.
Who is the kisser of death right now, John?
Could be me. It's the first time I've kind of ventured that SSE Sports might get something. They still have a map to prove themselves to me especially, because I put my neck on the line for SSE Sports. We're going to have a quick break, and then we shall be back with the final map and a look at the table, of course.
Hello guys, what's up? My name is Tauna and I'm here to show you that Free Fire is on fleek. We have no time to waste and I'm really hyped to tell you, squad, that we are together on this. It's really dope and the Brazilian crew rocks. You're crazy, bro. Free Fire is my family and I invite you to participate with us on Twitter using the hashtag LBFF. It will be insane. Come and be part of our family. See you guys later.
One time, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, left, right, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, left, right, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
what's up? My name is Tauna and I'm here to show you that Free Fire is on fleek. We have no time to waste and I'm really hyped to tell you, squad, that we are together on this. It's really dope and the Brazilian crew rocks. You're crazy, bro. Free Fire is my family and I invite you to participate with us on Twitter using the hashtag LBFF. It will be insane. Come and be part of our family. See you guys later.
See you guys later, but before then we've got another map to come, the final map of the afternoon. The duck has been broken because Fluxo have made it 2 booyahs on the day.
Look at that, John. Second place for Fluxo team in the table. That is awesome. And I mean, they only have a couple points behind of SS Sports. 2 points behind, is that right? 3 points?
think it's 2 points. Yeah, I think I'll
Yeah.
go with that one.
Oh, and so anything can happen right now in the last round. If SS Sports go back early to the lobby and Fluxo team remain alive, they definitely will take the top. Oh, wow. Today is definitely a crazy day. And Meta Game is right now in the top 12. That's great for them. They are getting closer and closer of the top 10. And for sure, very soon, the top 5, top 3. And that's very good. Not that good for Red Kalunga and Pain Game.
Still in the relegation zone, but Red Kalunga perhaps in with a chance. If they can do a half decent performance, maybe, just maybe, could climb out of the relegation zone. But Flamengo and Corinthians not in action. Neither are Black Dragons or Team 1 as well. So still grim for Red Kalunga and Pain Gaming at the wrong end of the table. The final map is coming up shortly. It's going to be Bermuda. Bermuda was won by Santos, who then were hit by the curse of the booyah.
Definitely. But not for Fluxo team that got a double booyah today, John. So that's very good. And actually, like I said before, Fluxo team is the only team that got a double booyah on a Sunday. And this is happening for the second time. So teams, get some tips from Fluxo team because that's working for them.
Well, Fluxo looking strong. Meta as well coming close. They've got the booyah once. They came close a second time as well. So Meta suddenly the team in form. Let's run down the map so far. Who's taken it? Who will be the final booyah of round 8? I gave SS Esports, unfortunate for them, the kiss of death.
Once more.
Still think they're lurking around, but Meta and Fluxo, they have the wind in their sails
for
here.
SS Sports. But it's kind of hard to say. It's unpredictable to say who is going to take the victory in Bermuda map because Bermuda map is the most known map for the team. So we never know who is going to take that. But great chances that Metagame is going to do something about that because even though they didn't get the booyah in this last round, they got the same amount of points as Fluxo team. So these guys are here. They came very aggressive today. They definitely changed their game style and they set new goals.
Who will be setting the pace? We'll find out very, very shortly. Still waiting to get clearance for takeoff for Bermuda, but suddenly then that run of 6 different sides taking today's booyahs has changed. 6 different sides on Saturday. Not so on Sunday. They kind of role reversal between Saturday and Sunday here in the Brazilian Free Fire League. Meta and Fluxo looking strong. Can't say too much in case we apply too much pressure and of course the dreaded kiss of death for one of those sides.
Are we going to have another break?
Could be. Technical problems, I fear, in Bermuda. couple of problems at the airport in Bermuda. We have to report to you, so we're still waiting for clearance. We thought we had it, and unfortunately not so. But we've still got one more game to come, as you are aware. It's Bermuda. A couple of technical problems we should be sorting out, though, very shortly.
And it is finally the last game, so anything can happen right now. We already saw that Fluxo team is only 2 points behind of SS Sports, so if they do something even more incredible than SS Sports, they will finish this day in the top victory in our table. So this is going to be very interesting to watch. We hope you guys are as much as excited as we are right here in the studio. So stay here with us and let's watch this last game.
Still waiting for clearance, I'm afraid to say. A quick rundown then. INTZ, who faded completely throughout those other 4 battles this morning. Taking the first Booyah in Purgatory, Fluxo in Kalahari, Santos in Bermuda. They suffered then the kiss of death, or rather the curse of the Booyah. Santos going out amongst the first 2 teams in the following map in Purgatory. Meta coming on strong, and then the Fluxo getting the double Booyah, the first of the weekend.
And if you ask me, John, who I am going to bet for this next round, I will always say Fluxo team. Because Fluxo team already got 3 Booyahs in Bermuda map. And only today was a different day for them. They got a double Booyah in Kalahari map, but they already got 3 Booyahs in Bermuda map. So they are definitely dominant of this map. Not all the time, because we already know that this is also a luck game, so unusual things can happen, but I will bet definitely on Fluxo team because we are already clear to take off.
Great news for everybody that we should be off to Bermuda very shortly. You're going for a Fluxo. I did the kibosh on poor old SS Esports the last time round. Maybe I'm kind of edging towards Meta, which is bad news for the boys from Meta, but Meta have been looking strong.
Yes, definitely. These guys, we saw in the video today that they are coming more aggressive. You know, it's everything about to adapt to the style. And they were in the 5th place last weekend, and right now they are in the 12th. So how good is that? How great is that? So they are getting closer and closer of the top 10, and that's great for them. And I get the feeling if they get one more Booyah today, they probably can finish the day in the top 10.
They have played fewer games and a lot of those sides above them as well.
Ooh, our first battle between INTZ and Team Liquid.
First rounds of fire, and the first blood goes to INTZ. Quickly doubled the scoreline. Team Liquid struggling already. That's what we like to see. This is how it should be right from the start.
Only 1 minute and already our first blood.
And
That's
before is lurking behind INTZ as well. As we switch to Loud.
Loud is going to their usual call in Shipyard, but they can find Red Canids dead, I'm afraid. So Red Canids are going to give them a hard time.
And Red Canids, or Red Kalunga, need, I think it was 6 points to get out of a drop zone, at least for this afternoon. But Loud, very spread out, kind of a little triangle from Loud. Not quite sure where player number 4 is, but deciding to engage Red Kalunga, laying down some firepower without success so far. And that's a lot of ammo gone, and Loud do get a kill, and it's one of the Red Kalunga players have gone. So this might not be what Red Kalunga had in plan. They did well in the last couple of rounds, picking up decent points for them. 6, I think, required to get themselves out of trouble, but they might be heading for an early shower and the lobby.
An early shower in the lobby. That's right, John. And I thought Red Canids were going to give Loud a hard time, but it seems like Loud is ready for the game. And I feel like Red Kalunga as well, they are a little bit afraid to do anything right now because they are in the relegation zone and they need to score points. So maybe they are afraid to get in the battles because they are afraid of lose.
Cruzeiro, intact.
Fluxo team.
How long will that last for? That is the question.
That is the question, a big question mark right now. But hopefully they will stay alive a little bit longer because right now they got a new replacement in their team. Autos is on the game.
Just one gets the feeling as well with Cruzeiro, if they can hang around, if they could have a full strength side for a little bit longer in the game, they could do some damage. Unfortunately for the Foxes, they've been unable to do that.
And we have seen a lot of pin game today, even though they didn't get enough points to get out of the relegation zone. We haven't seen a lot more of them today. I mean, they should have done that a couple weekends ago because that would make a big difference for them. But still, that's good.
They've only gone back to the lobby. In fact, they've gone back to the lobby amongst the first two sides twice in 5 maps. Pain Gaming.
Antunes, he is the granddad of the season.
21 years old, I think. Really is an ancient player by Free Fire standards. 21 years old, that is very old indeed. Cruzeiro, 4 players. B4 on the move though. Could be running into Cruzeiro before too long. One of the players zooming forward, zooming straight to Cruzeiro in the car. Amazing how these cars can kind of do that kind of stuff. I've tried it in my golf and it doesn't work on this kind of hill as Cruzeiro then come out strong and before running into trouble here. Kind of as before though, we've taken one Cruzeiro player down. That's almost inevitable. And Cruzeiro lurking and down to 3 and before moving forward on Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro in real trouble here. They need to fight back. And they need to fight back quickly, but before, they've also taken pain, and now they're up to 2 kills, but Cruzeiro down to 2 players before they've taken a lot of damage.
And the other one, the last one from Cruzeiro is taken off. He put on his boots and he's taken off as much as fast as he can.
It might be too late because open space and Cruzeiro gone. Cruzeiro then doing... well, they kind of went for before. They were kind of lurking, and they've taken a lot out of before, that's for certain, who gloat a little bit, but they've lost a player, so got 4 kills.
But I mean, what is going on with Cruzeiro? They keep on doing the same thing. They should have definitely watched this match from today and learn something from that and change their strategy.
Cruzeiro have gone. Team Liquid, we haven't seen yet, but they're down to 1 player as well. We did see them early on, in fact. Early firefight. So 39 players. 4 of them from Cruzeiro. And Santos, winners of the Bermuda app.
Another fly. Another day.
INTZ right top at SSC Sports, lurking behind Payne. Santos fairly close in as we switch to SSE Sports.
All the looks on SS Sports because they need to again get more points to get ahead of Fluxo team because Fluxo team is just around the corner, very close to take the top.
Sound of gunfire in the distance.
And
or is it stomping? Sometimes sounds the same.
And things on Bermuda map got more exciting early right now. Our first blood was less than 2 minutes. Maybe all of them are a little bit tired. They want to get some rest and get done with this as much as we want.
Santos, 1 kill on the board. Glorious in Bermuda. Miserable in Purgatory. Red Kalunga down to 3, but still there. Looking for minimum 6 points. I'd like to make it a few more. And SAC Sports coming under some fire from INTZ, laying it down very quickly, very effectively. SAC Sports returning fire, but INTZ move on to 4 kills very quickly. And it looked like it was the SSE Sports players who were taking the most damage. Very effective, these iron towers, as long as you don't get people coming at you from the steps.
And as we can see here, INTZ got the same position from last game. But look at Payne punishing SS.
SSE Sports took a lot of damage there, and SSE Sports looking a bit wobbly because they've had fire coming from different angles. Payne trying to take advantage.
1 kill for Payne so far.
Quite sure how many SSE Sports players are left. Down to 2 at the very least.
And there is some range fires going on between Loud and INTZ.
Where are Fluxo? Because he
It is in
got
Pushinok. Down there by Factory by God Team. Pushinok.
Meta also around. Before, not quite sure where they're heading to.
And I'm afraid that Loud and Red Kalunga are going to face off.
And Red Kalunga already damaged. Cruzeiro, the only side who've gone out, but so we're down to 36 players at the moment. Loud are pressing. Kawan, 7 on the roof. Good vantage point. Well, he did have one, but he decided to go down low. Red Kalunga had a man exposed on that far side behind this kind of shack.
A lot of these guys have the number 7 in their name. Is that lucky number?
Lucky 7 or not? Red Kalunga
not.
in a tricky position here. Although Loud taking their time, don't want to lose players.
They
Now
should.
finally pressing forward. There was somebody looking right at the top of the map as well as Loud move in on Red Kalunga. Red Kalunga in some real trouble here, and it's going to be curtains, I think, for Red Kalunga before too long, because Will is looking aggressive, looking strong, and rubs it in a little bit.
Wow.
Still, though, finally the kills mount up because they were gloating before the final kills are made. And Red Kalunga's still out there.
Yeah, there is 1 player alive still.
Bit premature.
The question is, who is going to take the Booyah this last round? Are we going to see a triple Booyah from Fluxo team? We already know they got more than 3 Booyahs in this map, so let's see if these guys... Ooh!
Oh dear. Oh dear,
dear.
poor old SSE Sports have gone.
They were kissed by John, the kissing of death.
No, they weren't actually, not on this occasion. They got it before, I have to admit that. I put too much pressure on them. I've given the kiss of death to Meta. Make me remind you, but SSE Sports failing miserably, and Fluxo with a chance of going top dogs in the Brazilian Free Fire League. SSE Sports, who really was so strong in round 1, day 1, when they went on that record-breaking run. 3 straight boos in a row. No one's come anywhere near close to that since the opening weekend. And SSE Sports have already bitten the dust.
Definitely. And Fluxo team, the previous, they got a double Booyah today. And they are still alive with the full squad, but also a lot of them are 10 teams still alive. Loud team looks strong in this matches so far. So let's see. Also, meta game, we can wait great things from meta game because we haven't seen that. This guy's giving us quite a show.
Santos almost dead center. Meta at the kind of 1 o'clock position near the strip. INTZ for company. And then just further down the map is Payne. INTZ though getting away from Meta rather quickly.
And the last booyah from last weekend in the Bermuda map was from God. So let's see if God can manage to do the same thing this weekend. But things are crazy. We don't know. Anything can happen.
God went out amongst the first 2 teams in Kalahari.
B4 looks strong today as well. We could see more of them.
Taking on Payne. And before, as Payne go to the vehicles, that's quick start for them to maneuver into a good position. But Payne down to, or before rather, down to 3 players. Payne gaming on 2, full strength so far. Going for glory here. And out come the grenades, and they worked on that occasion. Payne up to 3 kills. Moving forward with intent.
And only 2 players alive from before. I just talked about them, how strong they were, and 1 is down back to the lobby. Maybe I should be quiet for a little longer.
Metagaming moving on an INTZ, but have to be aware of Loud in the higher ground. Loud will sit there and just take out shots from on high. It's either Meta.
I'm pretty sure Loud is going to get in the party.
INTZ and Meta engaging. We're allowed on the far side, so probably don't have clear shots because both those teams know where Loud are, and they've cleverly come to this side of the map, hiding behind the buildings. And Loud at the moment can only watch and wait and may have to move. In fact, Meta and INTZ also firing. And who's this who's joined the party before coming strong? They've only got 2 players. What are they doing? They're risking it, having a go at Meta.
Right.
I think they've gone for points. And Meta, are they in trouble here?
Yeah.
INTZ moving forward.
Meta is back to the lobby already. Meta's be gone.
Who was it who said Meta?
Probably 4.
Might be in for a good chance here. I don't know who that was. As INTZ looks strong. Loud on the hill, and before I think ruining my predictions. So I've gone off before big time here. As Payne and Santos now exchange. A lot of rounds. Ammunition being used and very, very effectively. Payne on 3, now 4, now 5 kills for them. A triple kill. Rick
Wow.
laying down some real firepower. Big time. This is looking good for Payne, and Santos go. Santos again, one of the winners, one of the booyahs. They've crashed out. Down to 8. Payne, wow.
Quateri kill.
Quadruple kill.
Let's say a quadruple kill. Fire being rained down all over this Bermuda map. INTZ still out there. Fluxo, just the 1 kill.
Yep, and they got the best position so far inside of the safe zone along with the red Canids, with the only player alive.
Make that 2 kills from Fluxo. INTZ have gone out. Early winners. The first map struggled ever since.
Oh.
God from nowhere. Loud have gone. Down to 6 sides, 15 players. God suddenly becoming stronger before finally crash out. They did well though to hang on the when they zoomed in. That was aggressive stuff from them. But Fluxo here as Payne. You can't cross the road in those kind of positions because you are going to be in real trouble. So Payne have lost a player, but Fluxo are hemmed in because there's nowhere for them to go. It's only Payne down there at the moment.
And Payne is playing so good at this last round. Is that possible they get a booyah in this last round?
Down to 3. Payne, Fluxo, Red Canid is still out there as well.
And 1 player from Team Liquid. Wow.
It's a bit of a standoff here. 5 teams. Most of them have taken damage, but Fluxo with 4. So Fluxo then looking good, moving forward. 3 kills on the board and lobbing those grenades. And Red Kalunga finally gone, but they're going to get a decent points haul. Likewise, Team Liquid down to 3 sides. Now Fluxo strong here. And Team Liquid said they've gone down to 3, 9 players, but it looks like Fluxo moving forward. Pain Gaming go down as well. Fluxo strong here on God. Would it be God or Pain or Flux Gaming rather? God trying to respond.
A triple booyah, maybe? Oh my god.
And Fluxo on the verge. 4 players, but they've got to cross this open ground. So 3 move forward. God hanging on. They've also got, they spread out. God. Anybody's game here. Fluxo against God. Who's going to take this final booyah of the afternoon? And God have gone. So booyah for Fluxo.
Wow.
Triple crown for Fluxo on this Free Fire Sunday.
Oh wow. I am definitely speechless right now to talk about this booyah, John. Who is going to guess that Fluxo team is going to get 3 booyahs in a row? Not in a row, but 3 booyahs in today's games. Oh my gosh. Yes, that was definitely a great achievement for Fluxo team. They got 4 booyahs in Bermuda. That's the 4th booyah in Bermuda. And actually, they probably right now are on the leaders. They are the leaders of the table. They were only 2 points behind of SS Sports, and sadly SS Sports went back to the lobby very early, and Fluxo team probably are right now the top ones.
SS Sports then, miserable performance from them in this final map. Fluxo though on a real roll here and beating God in the final map of the afternoon. Fluxo, what a performance in the end from them. 3 booyahs, so great start from Fluxo. We'll look at the points they've achieved, and we think pretty certain they have gone to the top of the table.
I don't know if you know, John, but the captain, I mean the coach of Fluxo team, he said once that if Fluxo team win Free Fire Brazilian League Season 4, he's going to shave his head. He's going bald. So this is going to be very interesting because right now he's getting close to be bald, because probably Fluxo team is the leader of our table, and we're going to see that very shortly. I'm very excited to see the table right now. Things haven't gone crazy, and probably Pain Game pass over Red Kalunga as well, because these guys play like dogs this last match. And look at that, Fluxo team in the very first place with 22 points. That is great for them. They only needed 2 points to pass over SS Sports, and they got 22. That's amazing. And I was just talking about Pain Gaming, and they end up in the 2nd place of today's last match with 15 points. Followed by God. We haven't seen much of God today, but fortunately in the 3rd place in the top 3 with 13 points. And the MVP for this last match is not less, not more than Japa BKR from Fluxo team with 4 kills.
A great performance then from Fluxo in this final map of the day.
That was a great performance, amazing performance for Fluxo team. They managed to get 3 booyahs today, 3 booyahs. Yesterday, on Saturdays, we expected more to see that on Saturdays, but hopefully we got that on Sunday. So that was great for Fluxo team. These guys played very beautifully, and they took the victory home and probably the top in the table. Very sadly for SS Sports, John, in the very last place with 0 points.
Well, Mike is a death working at full power. SSC Sports 0. Metagaming with just 1 point in this final map of the day.
But that was a very good battle to watch in the very end. God against Fluxo team. Sure was breathless.
Table coming up shortly. What a performance though from Fluxo. Round 8 of the Brazilian Free Fire League.
We got points for the best booyahs in this competition so far, and all the glory goes to SS Sports. But right now, it's hard to say. I'm pretty much sure Fluxo team is in a tie with SS Sports because they got 3 booyahs today, not in a row like SS Sports, but still the same amount of points. So congratulations to these guys that gave their name here today.
Table coming up in just a second, but the 6 matches have come and gone in round 8 of this Brazilian Free Fire League, and Fluxo throwing down the gauntlet in round 8, looking very strong, looking very, very positive indeed. But where are they? Pretty much certain they're top of the table. That's answered that one. But SS Esports then again, not their weekend, suffering big time, being knocked off the top of the table. Pretty certain of that.
Yeah, I was so excited to watch today's match because I got the feeling that because of yesterday they managed to get in the top in front of FURIA. I was for sure they would keep the same consistency here today. But not a good day for SS Sport, but a very excellent day for Fluxo team that is probably on the top right now. I'm very excited to see our table, but also very excited to see the highlights of the days because I'm pretty much sure we are going to see a lot of Fluxo in the highlights.
And also at the bottom, have Red Kalunga done enough to take them out of the bottom 2 in the relegation zone? We're going to see that shortly.
And there it is, the booyahs of the day, and we see here Fluxo team 3 times, twice in Kalahari and once in Bermuda. That's excellent for them. But also the first booyah was in Purgatory from INTZ. We got Santos doing a booyah today and Metagame. We should also give all the glories to Metagame for the first booyah this season, coming all the way from the 2nd division of Free Fire Brazilian League.
Table coming up shortly. We've seen the winners of today's 6 battle royales. Fluxo dominating the scene after a slow start. Came on very strong, came on too strong for the rest of the sides.
Definitely so strong, and I hope they keep the same consistency next weekend because Group A don't play twice like this weekend, but only once. And here it is, John, the highlights of the day, and we can see all the individual kills all from Fluxo team. That's great. The first one with 12 and the second one with 12 too. The Sayas, the Mundial MVP Nobru, and Japa BKR, who was the MVP from last season, from last Free Fire Brazilian League season.
Massive points total from Fluxo.
But it's also good to see Metagame here. And Loud. More kill points from Loud and Fluxo team.
It's interesting that Loud hardly got a mention. Well, they did get mentions. They were nowhere near really to taking any of the booers. But again, Loud doing okay points-wise.
Yeah, and they are once more here in the MVP list. K1, who was the MVP from last season, and Will also, we can see a lot of Will, but something unusual is that one of players from God is taking the top right now in the MVP list, the kill leaders, so that's good. We got a lot of difference here today.
Table coming up shortly. We've seen the top scorers, we've seen who's been knocking up the body bags as we await the table at the end of the 6 games here in round 8 of the Brazilian Free Fire League. There we go, table then. Fluxo top dogs, and they've opened up a bit of a gap there between themselves and SS Esports. Was Loud moving to 3rd, and FURIA dropping down to 4th place.
But I think this is not going to be for long because next weekend we got Group B playing on Saturday and Sunday, but all the glory goes today to Fluxo team. They are on the top like we already have predicted, passing over SS Sports, and that is very good to see. Also Loud on the 30th place. These guys worked very hard today to get in the top 3, but great highlights to B4 as well. That we haven't seen much here.
Bottom of the table then, Pain Gaming climbing off the bottom, leaving Flamengo.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a lot of ping game here today in today's match, so that was very good for ping game. It was excellent day, in fact, for them, because in the last weekends we haven't seen much of ping game in the game. So maybe they fix most of their mistakes, and now is the time for them to wake up. A little bit late, but still, it is still on time for them to wake up and do something about that. But Fluxo team, Loud and metagame for me is the best highlights of the day.
Confirmation then of next weekend's action.
And it is Group B is going to play, like I said, on Saturday and on Sunday. So we got Group B against Group C on Saturday, but on Sunday we are going to see more of Group A against Group B.
Well, that's it then from today's coverage of the Brazilian Free Fire League. Great stuff from Fluxo. Can they keep that top space, though, in the coming weeks?
We are hoping you guys have enjoyed today's match this weekend, and we are hoping you can be here with us next weekend as well. Bye-bye.